Welcome to the Hardin County Educational Channel and Elizabethtown High School for tonight's Class 3A playoffs, second round District 3 matchup between the 9-0 Elizabethtown Panthers and the 7-1 Bardstown Tigers. I'm Jeff Gregory along with my partner Jay Gregory. This game has been anticipated by both teams since the Panthers dealt Bardstown their only loss back on October 24th, and that was a 33-6 game. Last week both teams had smooth first round wins to get their reps in to prepare for tonight. Jay, tell us, what do you think some of the keys to tonight's game is?
Well, when I think back to the last game, Bardstown let up 4 turnovers in the first half, which will be crucial to the game tonight. When you have two good teams playing, it always comes down to the little things, especially with the turnover battle. For E-Town, I think they just need to keep playing well. They have 5 seniors on the line. That'll be big for them. Their line is a very big part of this team, and I think we're just ready to go.
You know, both of these teams have some tremendous quarterback play. Clark for Bardstown and Gaines for Elizabethtown, and they've both been on the top of Mr. Football watch lists and everything else throughout the year, and they have had a lot of experience. Clark's a four-year starter, Gaines a 3-year starter, and so they've been in the wars. Last time Gaines got the best of the war, he had a clean game, threw for a couple touchdowns, and Clark wasn't as fortunate and threw 3 picks in the first half, but he's much better than his showing was in Bardstown, and I expect a lot to go through both of those young arms. At this time, before we get started, I want to recognize our sponsors for tonight. We have Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, and South Louisville. Online at physicaltherapykentucky.com. Blue Ribbon Renovations is a new locally owned Mark Harris company that is offering 0% interest and no payments for 12 months on windows, doors, fences, roofs, decks, siding, and much, much more. To explore your options or schedule your appointment date today, call Michelle at 270-763-3186. Waddell's Auto and Scrap Metal Recycling, a family-owned business with competitive prices, pickup service, and a friendly staff available for your recycling needs. Located in E-Town on 31W, just south of Exit 91 on Interstate 65. Call 270-982-7206 to talk to someone about scrapping metal and recycling. E-Town Exterminating. E-Town Exterminating is a locally owned, family-run pest control company. Has been serving Hardin, Meade, Grayson, and Nelson counties and the surrounding areas of Kentucky since 1976. Whatever your pest control issues are, termites, spiders, crickets, general pests, even moles, their team has the knowledge, skill, and training to safely and effectively eliminate the problem. Call 270-737-6900 or go online at mugabug.com. And finally, West Point Bank has 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point, or find us online at westpointbank.com. Let us help make life simpler. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple. And we're 2 minutes out from kickoff. Both teams have taken the field. I'm sure you heard them come out. The crowd, obviously, because of COVID-19, is not going to be as full as we're used to seeing. If you recall last year, this stadium was packed, and Bardstown always travels well. They support their football team, and obviously E-Town High School does as well. So we're looking to see how we're going to start the game. Jay, if you were coaching right now, would you want the ball, knowing the history in this series, or would you want to go ahead and kick off?
For me, I think I always would want the ball. You go down there, you score, you make a statement, starts off the game. I think both teams realize that, and I think both teams will go for that, but it looks like Elizabethtown will be kicking first, Bardstown to receive.
We're waiting to get the officials. Speaking of waiting on officials, we got referee Kevin Claycomb tonight, along with umpire Corky Morris, linesman Mike Thomas, line judge Mark Froge, back judge Reese Grubbs, field judge Jim Gorby, and side judge Mike Holt. It's ought to be fun. There's a ton of athletes on both teams, and they ought to be running up and down the field. Both teams are very well coached, and I know they're prepared for tonight. They've already seen each other once, so it ought to be interesting to see how both teams come out. Kicking off for the Panthers in the blue uniforms is Brandon Parsons. It looks like E-Town switched up their kickoff team just a little bit. I see some new numbers out there from weeks past. They've gone with a lot of starters on defense, and obviously that's hard to do with a 3A program because a lot of kids have to go both ways on offense and defense so much. So a lot of times, as you know, you use special teams to get that breather, but it looks like they're all in tonight. Parsons set to kick off, and the kick's away. It's a squib kick, fielded about the 28-yard line.
That's fielded by number 22, Williams. and that was tackled by number 2, Durbin, for the Panthers.
Trey Durbin came around the left end, was able to tackle Williams. It looks like they're going to spot the ball on roughly the 25-yard line. Be 1st and 10 Bardstown. They'll be headed towards the scoreboard. It'll be interesting to see how Bardstown comes out tonight, whether they want to go back to that pass that they had a little bit of issue with on October 24th, or if they want to pound it for a little bit and see how E-Town's defense reacts.
If I remember last time, the weather in that last game wasn't the best, so I think they're going to stick with what they keep doing. I think we're going to see him air the ball out quite a bit.
Greenwell around left end.
It was a tackle by number 22.
That is Kai Sherrard.
Tackle the Panthers, number 22, Kai Sherrard.
Looks like a game of about 4, which will bring up 2nd and 6 from the 29-yard line. Bardstown lines up again. They got 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Clark in the shotgun.
Bubble.
Quick screen to the left. Oh, like a hold him. Tackle on the play by number 84, Trey Prather. That pass went to number 8, TJ Greenwell. It's going to be good for a first down.
I think we're going to see a lot of quick passes, a lot of quick plays to get Bardstown's athletes in space. I think we're going to see that both sides.
There's a ton of speed on both sides of the football on offense and defense for both teams, so it could be a track meet. Bardstown lining up 1st and 10 from their own 40. Clark in the gun again. Backs on each side. Hands off to number 8. He's going to get a gain of 8 or 9 there. That was TJ Greenwell. Ran that right up the gut there on Elizabethtown. Maybe testing the middle linebackers a little bit to see how they're going to react. So Bardstown moving. 2nd and 1 from their own 49. Clark under center now.
Got a false start.
Jet sweep to the right. Got a false start though. 5-yard penalty, which will move them back. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 6 from the 43-yard line. Bardstown with a receiver to both sides. A gun back and a wing. Clark's in the shotgun. Motion to the left side. Number 8's got the ball. Looks like he got it. They're doing a good job blocking on both sides, on the ends. That was TJ Greenwell again. He's a sophomore running back for Bardstown, and we got a healthy dose of him last time when E-Town played against him. He's a good little back and has a bright future. A lot of young athletes on this Bardstown team.
1st and 10, Bardstown.
1st and 10 from the 50. 9 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Waiting for the signal from Coach Clark on the sideline. Clark in the shotgun, in the pistol. Handoff up the middle, where he's met by a host of Panthers. Looks like that's going to be good for 3 or 4 yards.
I think that was 74 Piles making the initial hit.
Ryan Piles is a senior that's played for 4 years for Elizabethtown. It's been crucial to our success on both sides of the line. Brings up 2nd and 7 from E-Town 47. Pass quick left.
Quick screen.
He's bobbled. He was able to catch it and gain a few yards, it looks like.
We've already seen a lot of different formations from Bardstown. We've seen them in trips, we've seen them in bunch, in doubles. I think we're going to see a lot of that, try to keep E-Town off balance.
When you've got a quarterback that can throw it like Clark can, they can get pretty creative. And I know we'll see lots of different things tonight, probably that we haven't seen all year from them. Clark under center. 2 wings and a fullback. 2 split out on both sides. Takes the snap. Jet sweep left, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage or maybe lost a yard. That's big 84 Trey Prather. TJ Greenwell with the carry again. Didn't have anywhere to go that time. Prather made a great play on that. That's going to bring up 4th and 7 from the E-Town 47. So It looks like Bardstown's switching out and they're going to punt here.
One thing E-Town does in these situations is they like to keep a lot of their defense on. They like to stay humble, and they'll switch out a safety and bring one return guy back.
Back for E-Town's TJ Allen, who's coming off of a 4 or 5 week ankle sprain. So this is the first night that he's been back, and he's electric in the return game. It'll be interesting to see if they punt to him and if he can get a return. It's a good spiral punt. Allen fields it about the 12-yard line, makes a move to the right. Now he's going left. And he's going to be driven down about the 20-yard line, but there was a there was a marker down when they caught it. I thought they flew a flag, but I was mistaken. So it'll be E-Town's ball, 1st and 10 from the 20. And Clay Games and Company will take the field. Clay with all those senior weapons. So E-Town lines up on the ball, Games in the shotgun. McNeil, the lone back beside him. McNeil takes a handoff, heads right, and looks like he slips and maybe lost a yard.
Good initial push by Bardstown.
Cameron McNeil's another guy that's had some injuries. He had a pulled hamstring. Didn't play against Thomas Nelson last week, but they assure me that he's good to go this week, and he's kind of the bell cow when it comes to getting the bulk of the carries, especially between the tackles, and does a great job. So that brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. 7 minutes, 36 seconds left in the first quarter. McNeil, the gun back again, Gaines in the gun, and he rolls to his left. Ball's in the air, looking for number 3. Van Sherrard just overthrew him a little bit. Good idea, good looking ball, just a little bit long.
Games roll out, and they're going to run that wheel post combo quite a bit.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
With a limited number of people here, it's loud on both sides. It's good to see.
Bardstown, E-Town rivalry dates back well before my time in the 50s and 60s when Garnis Martin was patrolling the sidelines over there for Bardstown. And we've gone through several coaches at E-Town, and there's been some good friendly and unfriendly rivalries, if we're being honest, but there's a healthy respect for both teams. Gaines in the gun again. McNeil, the gun back, takes a snap. Rolls to his left, looking to the air again. He's got Alondre Murphy. Got the pass. If he can stride it out, he's going to go. Touchdown, E-Town. I don't see any flags on the field. A beautiful pass from Clay Gaines to Alondre Peanut Murphy to put E-Town on the board with 7:13 left in the first quarter. Makes it 6-0. That's the kind of start that I would guess that Coach Brown would have scripted. It looks like they were going to be held down there 3rd and 10, and they threw that big ball, and Murphy ran right under it and made a great play.
And that's what Bardstown needs to avoid. The big plays that don't take up much time and get E-Town on the board really quick.
Brings Brandon Parsons out for the extra point out of the hold of Clay Gaines. See if he can make it to make it 7-0. Snaps down, kicks up. Good. So with 7:13 left in the first quarter, it's Elizabethtown 7, Bardstown 0. And that was with an 80-yard pass from Clay Gaines to Alondre Peanut Murphy down the left sideline. Fireworks early, Jay, just like we expected. And I totally expect Bardstown to be able to answer that. Back to your point a minute ago, this crowd, for as thin as it is and with the regulations due to COVID-19, is pretty electric for a second-round playoff football game. Both teams know what's at stake. E-Town getting their kickoff team ready. Bardstown coming out on the field to return.
I think we've seen some new numbers back on the kickoff team for E-Town. I think they're starting to put some of the younger guys back out there.
Well, like I said earlier, it's just with 3A football, you know you played it. You have so many kids that go both ways. You got to give them a breather, especially on a long touchdown pass like that. So they got a few starters out there, and they do have some of the younger guys out there, but they're all very capable. They've been doing it all year. So Parsons set to kick. Kicks away, another squib kick. Fielded at the 30-yard line. Can't tell what number that is. But that's 54. Tackle on the play by number 54, Tyron Aguirre, and it looked like Trey Durbin again there on the assist. So Bardstown will take over at their 37-yard line. 1st and 10 with 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Let's see if Bardstown has an answer.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a shot play here from Bardstown. Something deep.
He can really throw it. It'll be interesting to see how they approach this possession. Back between the tackles. He's running free. They had a big hole there in the middle on that belly play. It's going to bring it to the 49-yard line of Elizabethtown, it looks like. They're resetting the chains, which brings it 1st and 10 from the 49. That was number 8 on the carry. TJ Greenwell again. You're going to hear us call his name plenty tonight. He runs the ball a lot for Bardstown, a very talented back.
Trips to the left, Bardstown.
Brady Clark in the gun again. Looking to throw. Got rushed from the outside. Trey Prather. I tell you what, he's made 2 big plays tonight. Gets the sack coming off the left side. Before Clark had any time to let anything develop and get the ball downfield, Trey Prather was on him. Great play. That's going to bring up 2nd and 14 from Bardstown's 47-yard line. Trey Prather, the sophomore, saw some time last year, but has been a starter all year this year. Also plays tight end on the other side of the ball. Bardstown straight into the line again. That was Ryan Piles and company, and there just wasn't a hole there like there was a few minutes ago.
Tackled by a host of Panthers, including number 2, Trey Urban.
Elizabethtown's defense can be stingy, but I know they respect the big playability of Bardstown as well. Brings up 3rd and 13 from the Bardstown 48.
At 13.
E-Town puts their nickel package in here. They always do that whenever it's obvious passing situations, so they're playing with an extra defensive back. They bring out and rush 3 down linemen. Clark back to pass, quick screen to the left, coming back the other way. And E-Town misses a tackle before they finally knock him down at the 49-yard line. Game of about 4. So it looked like E-Town had him sewed up over there on the left side, and then he brings it back to his right, and plenty of tacklers over here as well. That puts Bardstown 4th and 9 from the Elizabethtown 48-yard line, and it looks like another punting situation for Bardstown with TJ Allen deep for E-Town.
58, Mark Weezy, Panthers number 14, TJ Allen.
Ball's away. Punt's up. It's a short kick. Short kick. They're letting it roll. And they end up down it at the E-Town 27-yard line where the Panthers will take over. He looks like he got a little rush on that and didn't get all of it like he did the first one. That first one he hit and it spiraled and turned over. It was a really nice punt. So E-Town will take the ball back over with 4 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first quarter from the 27-yard line. Same offense out there, Games in the shotgun. McNeil the gun back. And the ball go to McNeil, who comes up the middle and is quickly tackled by number 2, Dre Clark, who is a senior linebacker who is one of the better defensive players they have. Made a lot of tackles on that October 24th game that they played against them. So Bardstown's got some players. They look like they're small in the back, but they're pretty good size up front. Both these teams are pretty evenly matched. Game's under center with McNeil behind him. Both Sherrard's the east side. That's Kyle Sherrard with the carry. Looks like that's a gain of about 2 or 3, which will bring up 3rd and 2 from the 35-yard line. Ran a little sally right there, and Bardstown did a pretty good job of maintaining their lanes and staying disciplined to be able to shut that down. That's a pretty tricky play that Elizabethtown will run 3, 4, 5 times a game. Game's under center again. McNeil behind him. Takes the handoff straight ahead, and he will have the first down. Tackle on the play by number 5, Rayleigh for Bardstown. And to your point earlier, they just need to work on bending a little but not breaking. They can't give that big play to E-Town and expect to hang in this ball game. But E-Town has to do the same. Game's under center. Fakes the pinch, rolls out to his right, throws the pass to number 5. That's Williams. He's throwing his hands up looking for a flag. I think the crowd wants it too for pass interference, but there's no cloth on the ground, so that'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 39.
Tigers. 2nd and 10, Panthers.
Mondre Murphy checks in the game for Trey Prather on offense.
Expect to see the ball in the air right here.
I'd say you're probably right.
Trips to the right for E-Town. Oh.
Double handoff coming around the left side. That's number 3, Cam Sherrard. And he looks like he was good for 8 or 9 right there, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and short for Elizabethtown. Looks like 3rd and 2 from the 47-yard line. A little double handoff in the backfield there. Another play that E-Town likes to run out of that wing T offense. Back to the line of scrimmage. Game's under center again. McNeil behind him. It's going to be close. McNeil straight ahead there. That's going to be a close spot. Looks like he's a little short. E-Town fans are saying it's a bad spot, but sometimes it's hard to tell from up here. That brings up 4th and 1 from the E-Town 48, and Coach Brown has decided that it looks like the Panthers are going to go for it. Be line against line right here. Gaines takes it under center, and they're going to have illegal procedure, it looks like. And that's what the call is. Somebody moved a little bit early there, which is going to bring out the Panther punt team. Looked like he was going to get it too. So a 5-yard penalty takes the ball to the 43-yard line. Clay Gaines, the quarterback, is also the punter. That'll put him deep to punt. Who we have deep for Bardstown? TJ Greenwell and number 22, Tyleek Williams for Bardstown. The punt's away. It's a good punt. Williams fumbled it. And he picked it back up. Now he's coming to the right. Reverses field back again. And he's tackled by a host of Panthers on the punt team. So almost a terrible break for Bardstown. He was able to recover the ball and gain a couple yards out of that. Good coverage by the E-Town punt team. So that'll be Bardstown's ball, 1st and 10 from their own 25 with 1:56 left in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Panthers. And E-Town's defense gets set on the field.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Clark setting his team up. He's in the gun with the gun back, 2 wings. Quick pass to the left, immediately hit by Kai Sherrard and his twin brother Cam, it looked like. Good for a couple. Good for about 4 yards. So quick pass to the left. E-Town's cornerback was on that quick, but they still got 4 yards. I think we're going to see that quite a bit tonight. And as quick as he can get that ball out there, that makes him pretty dangerous. He's got a real arm on him, and he's got great hands. 2nd and 6 from the 29. Clark in the shotgun. And the handoff up the middle. And he looks like he's good for 2 or 3 there, too. Depending on the spot, and maybe closer to the 1st down mark than I thought. Ooh, that's an interesting spot.
Oh, they're giving him the 1st.
And they gave him a 1st down, so that's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the Bardstown 35-yard line. Nobody on the E-Town side's happy with that spot. Clark in the gun again. E-Town rushing 4 down linemen. Handoff up the middle to Greenwell again. That run was good for 3 yards. Hats off to Bardstown. They're slow and methodical, and they're not panicking. They weren't worried about the big play that they gave up earlier in the quarter, and they were working on putting points on the board as this first quarter's about 25 seconds away from running out.
But Bardstown has plenty of experience. They've been in games like this. They know what to do.
They do, and with a 4-year starter at quarterback, that can't
Always
hurt.
helps.
It's like they got a short delay here in play. They're letting the clock run out to the end of the first quarter. So that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter at Elizabethtown High School, where the Panthers are leading 7-0. And we will take another minute to hear from our sponsors. This is an HCEC-TV student production, a division of the Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Waddell's Auto and Scrap Metal Recycling, Blue Ribbon Renovations, a Mark Harris Company, West Point Bank, and E-Town Exterminating. Tune in weekly for all local HCEC-TV programs there on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable's Channel 2 and Spectrum Channel 184. All HCEC-TV programs on the HCEC-TV YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel today to get your local community sports and events. Special thanks to our HCEC-TV crew, which is Miss Gina Ryan today. She does a marvelous job. And we'd also like to thank NFHS, the National Federation of High School Sports, and its support in providing live streaming service. Contact nfhs.com to subscribe today. So we're switching sides of the fields now, Jay, and Bardstown will be running their offense away from the scoreboard. 7-0 Panthers. It's going to be 2nd and 7 from the Bardstown 38-yard line. E-Town struck first. Bardstown's got the ball now. They're driving a little bit after they turned each other over a couple times on downs. And we're about to get back to action. Clark in the gun. Looking to throw the ball, getting some rush from the outside. Now he's stepping up. Now he rolls to his left. Durbin forces him out of bounds on the left side. I think the E-Town stands are thinking they're getting some pretty generous spots, and I would have to agree on a couple of them. But that was enough for a first down. That'll bring up 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Bardstown's running the play in. You know, Clark had a ton of time to stand back there. His offensive line did a good job. I guess he didn't see anything open downfield, but the E-Town line didn't capitalize on that and get to him before he rolled out to his left for a big gain.
I think if anything, Clark showed his feet and his athletic ability, and I think we'll see more of that throughout the game.
Daytrell Wright, the big fullback up the middle for a gain of about 3. They're really working the middle of that E-Town defense right now. The only time they've gone wide is whenever they've had to scramble or looks like it's been a broken play. They see something in that middle that they think that they can work on, and they've capitalized on that a few times in these past couple drives. Ryan Piles comes off because his helmet came off, so they have to send a sub in for him. I hope that's not an injury. Oh. Piles is also our center on offense. Clark under center. Timeout Elizabethtown. No, excuse me, timeout Bardstown. So Bardstown didn't see something they liked on their offensive setup or Elizabethtown's defensive front. So they'll take a timeout to get those issues corrected. Already this game's become intense from both sidelines. It appears both fan bases are pretty passionate about their teams, which we already knew that. Coach Ross Brown taking over for his dad, Mark, who's been one of the best coaches in the history of high school football in the state of Kentucky for many years, and he inherited a pretty good group of athletes and was able to add some this year, and they've been rolling ever since, 9-0 and looking to go 10-0 tonight. But they've got their hands full here early with Bardstown, who's driving on this possession. 2nd and 7 from the 48. Clark under center. Takes the snap, Hands off to Greenwell in the backfield. He's stuffed about 2 yards deep. I can't get the number there. It looks like number 2 Durbin and big 75 Ted Dudes. Or excuse me, Nick Langseth. That'll bring up a gain of 2, 3rd and 5 from the 50-yard line. So big play here for both teams.
Bardstown the pistol.
And he rolls to his right out of the trade play for chasing, running him towards out of bounds. Clark throws the ball, but it's going to be incomplete, and we got a flag on the play.
I think we're going to see a late hit by Prather on number 10.
I believe that's the call. That was going to bring up 4th and 5, so it was roughing the passer, so that indeed will be an automatic first down, which will give Bardstown new life.
Those are the type of things Elizabethtown needs to avoid.
That's a fact. All teams need to avoid those because those are game changers. So it looked like they had a big stop there. We get the roughing the passer call there as he was running out of bounds. And Bardstown will have 1st and 10 from the Elizabethtown 35-yard line. 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Brady Clark waiting for the play from his dad. He's going to line up in the shotgun, one gun back, which is going to be number 2, Gray Clark. Quick pass to the right. Had a lot of heat on it. And it's incomplete. Number 17, Will Koger, wasn't able to handle it. It seems like, Jay, on those quick outs like that, though, they're getting 3, 4, 5 yards every time. I don't know if that's E-Town playing too far off the ball, if they're afraid to press them up tight, but that seems to be a play that's working for them early on.
I think it's a little bit of both. Elizabethtown likes to stay in the cover 3 look so they can't get beat deep, and that creates opportunity for passes under the middle like that.
Clark in the gun again. Got a little bit of motion. Hands off. Ooh. Hurdles the player. He's a load.
He can if he's diving for legs.
That's number 9, Datro Wright on the carry again. Hurdled an E-Town player. And then was eventually driven out of bounds by number 22, Kai Sherrard. We got a Bardstown player injured on the play. These E-Town fans are not happy with these refs right now. K-Tel number 62 for Bardstown. That is Bryson Kroon. He's up now, which is a good thing to see. Looks like maybe a cramp or maybe a little bit of a rolled ankle. He's walking it off and looks like he's going to be okay, which is great news. That's going to bring up 3rd and 3 from the Elizabethtown 28. The E-Town defense has been in a little bit too, but they haven't broken on a big-time major play, so if they can do that, we'll see what happens here on this drive. Big play right here for both teams. Clark in the gun again. 8 goes in motion, and he keeps it, and he's coming around the left side himself. And he's driven out of bounds by number 4, Londre Murphy, but not after he gets the first down. That's a pretty good gain. Faked the handoff to the fullback or the wing coming across there, and then went to his left, kept it himself, and that'll bring up 1st and 10 from the Elizabethtown 17.
Clark can move, Clark can run. That's going to be big for E-Town to try to stop. That's a big thing in the Bardstown Tiger offense.
Well, and you know, he's got a talented arm, and he obviously can run a little bit too, so that's pretty tough to defend, and right now E-Town's got their hands full trying to do that. Waiting for the play to come from the sidelines. Clark's in the gun again.
Trips to the right.
Takes the snap, and we got a flag. Somebody must have moved. I didn't see it. Yeah, false start. False start, so that'll move Bardstown back 5 yards to the E-Town 22-yard line, make it 1st and 15.
Back to the 22-yard line, remains first down, 1st and 15.
So 9 minutes, 56 seconds left in the second quarter. Bardstown's knocking on the door of their first score. 1st and 15 from the Elizabethtown 22-yard line. Clark in the pistol. He's in the shotgun. Number 8, TJ Greenwell behind him. And he keeps the ball. He goes up the middle again. Tackled at the 15-yard line by Trey Prather, or correction, Trey Durbin. But another decent game that he's getting with his legs, Jay. They're going to have to make some kind of adjustment to try to spy him a little bit or to keep him from coming out of the pocket.
I think a lot of the times he's running because the E-Town secondary is all over him and we're getting good pressure off the end.
And they're doing a good job of spreading E-Town out. Clark in the gun again. Hands it off to Greenwell up the middle. He bounces out to the outside, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Bardstown, TJ Greenwell. 16-yard run, which puts them on the board with 9 minutes and 15 seconds left. 7-6, awaiting the extra point.
And they got there very methodically, marched down the field, caught a break here and there, but overall that was a very, very good drive for the Bardstown Tigers.
It's going to be a barn burner, I think. Bardstown comes out to attempt the extra point. It's going to be number 17, Will Koger, who also plays wide receiver for him. Snaps away, holds down, kicks up, and it's good. We've got a tie ball game with 9:15 left in the second quarter at Panther Field. Bardstown 7, Elizabethtown Panthers 7. A little bit of what we expected to see. Bardstown in this game, as opposed to when these two teams met on October 24th, is doing a lot better job taking care of the ball and not necessarily going for that big play, but making a slow, methodical drive down the field, and that's exactly what we just saw from them there. So we'll wait and see how E-Town answers. They're getting their kickoff team ready. I got to thank Coach Quentin Brown for Elizabethtown's over there chomping at the bit to get his defense back on the field so he can make some adjustments. And Bardstown has to feel good about that drive that they just had offensively. They did a little bit of everything.
They did.
Other than throwing the deep ball, you've seen a little bit of everything from Bardstown's offense. So for the first time tonight, Bardstown will line up to kick off, and Darian Copeland will kick off for the Tigers. And the ball's away, and it's a squib kick. And it rolls all the way back to Cam Sherrard, who fields it about the 15-yard line, goes to his left, makes a couple of cuts, and he's going to be tackled at about the 22 or 3-yard line. Tackle on the play by number 31, Shirell Williams of Bardstown. So Elizabethtown will take over on their own 23, first down and 10, and they've got 9 minutes to play with before halftime.
Athletes all over the field for both teams.
Lots of speed.
Lots of speed. This is going to be a great game.
So game's under center, and he hands off to McNeil, who gets, looks like 4 or 5 yards out of nothing there. Initially, it looked like that hole was filled, but he was able to wrestle his way through there. Tough runner, always has been. And so that's actually good for 6. So 2nd and 4 from Elizabethtown's own 29. And they break the huddle, come to the ball. Game's going to be under center this time with McNeil behind him. Cam and Kyle Sherrard on each side on the wings. And that's TJ Allen on the dead sweep to the right. And he's knocked out of bounds. Looks like he got enough, or it's close.
22, Williams.
Wait for the official spot here. They're not moving the chains yet. And now they are. First down, Elizabethtown. So Todd Allen, who's missed 4 to 5 weeks with a sprained ankle on the jet sweep there, gets E-Town a first down, which will bring up 1st and 10 from Elizabethtown 33. The game's back under center. Both Sherrard twins on the wing with McNeil behind him. Andy rolls to his left to pass, squares up, and wow, he ends up getting it away. It was a at first they called it a backwards pass. Now they're going to call it a forwards pass incomplete. James did a good job, good footwork there, and was able to make a heady play there to get rid of the ball. Or that was a sack because he had two people holding on to him, but he's a great, big, strong kid.
A little miscommunication there by the officials. That could have been dangerous.
Well, you had one pointing backwards like that was a backwards pass, and another one called it incomplete. So I'm glad they were able to rule that right. Either way, Sherrard came up with the ball. Game's back in the gun. 2nd and 10 from the 33.
Man.
And he hands off to Cam McNeil, who tries to take it around the left end. Looks like he's going to get 3 or 4, but he's bottled up out there on that far sideline by a host of Bardstown defenders. Which is going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Panthers offense. Game's running in with the play. Is the passing down or running down?
I'd say we're going to see a pass here. Be interesting to see how the corners line up for Bardstown. They've been pressed these past few downs.
Game's in the gun. Look for a quick screen. Maybe he rolls to his right. And the ball's away, but it's going to be long. So that's going to bring up 4th and 8. Elizabethtown fans looking for a pass interference call there, but not getting it. 4th and 8 from the Elizabethtown 35, and our punt team goes in with 7:35 left in the 2nd quarter.
Bardstown with lots of momentum right now.
They do have the momentum. It'd be big if they put another one on the board here before halftime, and then they go into the half with feeling pretty good about themselves, especially the way that the game turned out a month ago. Snaps away, Games' punts away. It's short, and
it's going
to land out of bounds about the 44-yard line, it looks like. So Bardstown will take over after the punt. 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. 7 minutes, 27 seconds to play. Tie ball game here at Elizabethtown High School. Bardstown 7, Elizabethtown 7. I think Bardstown does the same thing they did last drive, just slow and methodical. Don't look for the big play. See if you can pick up chunks of 6, 7, 8 at a time, and that's eventually going to give you the opportunity to reach pay dirt, and that's what they did last drive. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out and plan for this drive. Bardstown's quarterback Clark in the shotgun. E-Town rushing 4 down lineman. And he keeps it and is going right up the middle himself. Take the handoff, and he's going to get 8 or 9. Looks like they may give him the 1st down. He may have 10. He's really doing a good job on that read option. It's giving the Elizabethtown defenders fits. They're not picking up that fake. And he's keeping it, and he's got a lane big as a truck that you could run through right up the middle. So Bardstown's back over the ball. It is 1st and 10 from the Elizabethtown 46. Clark under center. And we got motion from the right, and he hands it off to the motion back. He goes around the left end, gets about 3 or 4.
This is must-win football. We're going to see both these teams do things that they may not have done all year because regardless, this is win or go home. So I think we're going to see Clark continue to run.
That's TJ Greenwell again with the carry for Bardstown. He's had the ball in his hands a lot, and I believe he has all year long, and he's a really good little back. Clark under center, and he pitches it to Greenwell, heading around the right end, then he cuts it back up the middle, and he's wide open. He's headed to the end zone. He's at the 10, 5, touchdown Bardstown. He just took that. It looked like he was supposed to take it around the end. Instead, he cut it back, planted, and took off, and Elizabethtown couldn't catch him. So touchdown Bardstown. Their extra point team's coming out, and they do have all the momentum.
You know, that play right there, E-Town did a good job of forcing them back inside, just couldn't get the flow from the middle of the defense, and he found a hole, and Greenwell can fly, and he showed it right there.
Number 17, Will Koger, to attempt the point after. Snaps away, kicks up, and he missed it, but we got a flag. Looks like we jumped on the left side over there. Yeah, E-Town jumped on the left side.
Panthers.
Whatever. Everything's against the Panthers.
So they'll get another chance at it. Koger steps off his kick. Snaps up, kicks up, and it's good. Bardstown takes the lead 14-7 with 6 minutes and 13 seconds left in the second quarter. And they've done it with 2 really nice drives back to back. E-Town doesn't have any answers defensively right now. So Bardstown will be set to kick off with 6 minutes, 13 seconds left. E-Town's huddled up, their kickoff return team. Big momentum on Bardstown's side right here. E-Town needs to answer going into the half.
In games like this, it's the seniors who step up and emerge themselves. Somebody from both sides are going to have to really take over.
And that's a good point. E-Town's a senior-led team with 16 seniors. They play a few juniors and a few sophomores, but the bulk of the team that gets the playing time this year has been senior-laden, so lots of experience. Kicks away, it's a squib kick, we got a flag down. We've had lots of flags down tonight.
And that squib kick just shows how much respect both these coaches have, because they don't want to kick it deep. They don't want to give anybody a chance to return something big.
Offsides on the kickoff, so they'll move Bardstown back 5 yards, and we'll try it again. Number 3, Cam Sherrard back deep for E-Town. Number 5, Yared Rayleigh kicking off for Bardstown, and he squibs another one. This is going to be fielded by Kai Sherrard on the right side. He runs into 2 defenders, still up, headed down the sideline, and finally out of bounds. And we got a late hit call over here on the sideline on Bardstown. So we're going to add 15 yards to it, it looks like. Lots of yellow on the turf early on, Jay. These officials are doing a good job of keeping this game under control, though, because these 2 teams aren't known for being crazy about each other. So they're stepping it off 15 yards from the spot of the foul. It's going to be 1st and 10 E-Town with 6 minutes and 7 seconds left in the second quarter. And they will get the ball on the 37-yard line starting off. That's a pretty good place to start. The game's under center. McNeil, the fullback, and the Sherrard twins on both wings. Cam Sherrard in motion. McNeil takes the handoff right up the middle. He's got a good run. He's still up. And that's going to be good for 12 or 13. Tackle on the play by number 4, Shannon Tone. He cut his legs. If he'd made one more cut there, he had the possibility of scoring. That was a good tackle. But that's going to give E-Town the ball 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line, the 25-yard line. Game's under center again. Kai Sherrard going in motion, and we got another flag.
E-Town's not getting set.
It's going to be a false start again, or offsides on Elizabethtown.
They're trying to run up to the line and get the play off fast, and just not everybody's getting down, getting set.
I'm not sure what the reason is for wanting to run that so quick. They've got plenty of time before halftime. Maybe they're just trying to get something going before Bardstown defense gets set. So E-Town will come back up to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 15 from their own 30. Game's back in the gun. McNeil the gun back. And he's going to throw the ball. He's looking to his left. Now he rolls to his left. Now he's going to run it. Ooh. And he makes a nice run. He's going to pick up 8 or 9 on that one. He didn't have anybody open. He looked for that hot receiver, and he was covered well, and he just took off. And that's something you don't see Clay games do very often.
I think E-Town got away with breaking the huddle with 12 there, but
2-yard line. Second and
I missed that. E-Town back up to the line of scrimmage. Game's in the gun again. He takes the pitch, hands off to Cam Sherrard, who's going to go around the right end, runs over one of his own players before he's pushed out of bounds.
Number 3, Cam Sherrard on the carry.
Tackled again by Bardstown's Gray Clark, number 2. He's all over the field. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 3 from the 18-yard line. So a big play here for E-Town. I guess they're in 4-down territory, though. Game's under center. McNeil behind him. Hands off to McNeil right up the middle. And he's going to be a yard short, it looks like, or it's close.
I think they have him spotted short.
They hadn't moved the chains yet. They're waiting to see. And they're going to call it 4th and 1 from the 16-yard line. Just short. Coach Brown keeps his offense on the field. Game's headed into the huddle to call the play.
16, 4th and 1.
I expect a quarterback sneak right here. That's what they tried earlier when they didn't let their people get set.
Ooh.
I think he fumbled the snap. No, I believe he's got it. He handled the snap, it looks like, and he's got the first down. I can't imagine he didn't get that. So Gaines takes the snap and goes straight ahead, and it's good for a yard, which gives E-Town the first down, which brings up 1st and 10 from the Bardstown 15-yard line. So E-Town's driving and threatening, looking to answer the last score of Bardstown, the 16-yard run from T.J. Greenville. Gaines in the gun again, gun back McNeil. Hand the double handoff to the right side. Cam Sherrard's got it.
That's Gray Clark again.
Got tackled from behind by Bardstown's Gray Clark. E-Town fans and sideline are looking for a horse collar, but they don't get it.
You know, I'm going to have to disagree with the E-Town fans. I think that was just a good tackle.
I do too. I believe he had lower part of his jersey. I don't think he got inside the pads there or pulled him down from behind. Oh, he did call
Oh,
it.
they did call it. Wow.
So we got a horse collar tackle penalty. Shows what we know. So that's going to be a big penalty on Bardstown, which is just going to move E-Town closer with 4:05 left in the second quarter. That's going to put E-Town 1st and 10 from, it looks like, about the 6-yard line. 14-7, Bardstown lead. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Official timeout. I think they're trying to get the chain gang situated over there on the far sideline. I think they believe that was going to be a first down, automatic first down, but apparently it's not. Regardless, we're 1st and 1, it looks like. So they couldn't get the first down. So it's going to make it 1st and 1 to give E-Town the chance to get another first down before they have to score. Game's under center, gives it to McNeil. He goes up the middle, and he's driving down to about the 2-yard line.
And that will be good enough for the first down.
Another tough run by McNeil. Clock still running. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. So 1st and 2 from the 2-yard line for Elizabethtown. They're knocking on the door, try to tie this ball game up.
Let me ask you a question. If you're E-Town here, does the clock being at 4 minutes make a difference to what you run, or do you try to score as fast as you can?
I don't think you take any chances, and if you have any confidence in your defense, I think you let them play. Hand off to McNeil again, and he will blast in. Touchdown, Panthers, which makes it 14-13. Parsons will come out to attempt the extra point attempt. Cam McNeil with the 2-yard touchdown run. Makes it 14-13 Bardstown, awaiting the extra point from Brandon Parsons. That'll be out of the hole to Clay Gaines. Snaps away, ball's up. And it's good. So we've got a tie ball game, 14-14, 3:33 left on the clock in the first half here at Elizabethtown High School. And just as we suspected, we've got a good football game. Talking to some of the E-Town players earlier in the week, they had a high level of respect for this Bardstown team, and they knew what happened the last time they met during the regular season was in some ways, especially that first half, of 4 turnovers from Bardstown, an anomaly. So they didn't expect to come out here and put a running clock or run over Bardstown. They knew this was going to be a hard-fought game, and that's exactly what it's turned out to be. So Coach Ross Brown gets his kickoff team ready. Got a healthy mix of starters and some younger kids out there who also are good players. You know, we've seen a couple plays where speed on both sides of the ball has really mattered, but for the most part, we've seen a lot right between the tackles where they've really played some physical football on both lines of scrimmage.
And I think we're seeing that because of all the athletes they have. They got to find something different to do.
Brandon Parsons set to kick off. TJ Greenwell and Shannon Tone back for Bardstown. It's going to be a high, short kick to about the 25-yard line. Number 22 fields it for Bardstown. He's going around the right side. He's broken 2 or 3 tackles. He's got a lane. That leaves the kicker, Parsons, to make the tackle on the far sideline at about the E-Town 45-yard line. Great return. That's been an issue for E-Town for a good bit of the year. They give up great field position on their kickoffs, and a lot of it has to do with respecting the deep man on these teams. And so we're going to see what they can do here from the E-Town 45-yard line with 3:23 left to play. Tie ball game in the second quarter. Clark in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, keep it coming around the left end, and he looks like he tripped over his own man. Regardless, it looks like he may have got a yard. Was that Clark that got the snap, or was that nutback?
That was.
No, that was a direct snap.
Great Greenwell there in the Wildcat.
Greenwell, you're right.
Clark checks back on the field.
So Bardstown in the Wildcat formation, direct snap to Greenwell. Headed to the left and got a yard. Bardstown's offensive line's done a really good job this game. E-Town's had a hard time getting any penetration. And Clark keeps it again, coming around the left side. And he's got some room until he's forced out of bounds about the 42 or 3-yard line. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 2 or 3. He's doing a great job on that read option, which I didn't really know was in his repertoire, but I'm sure it's something that they've worked on and saw something on tape that they thought that they could exploit with E-Town's defense. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 3 from the E-Town 38 with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left in the half. Clark in the shotgun. He's got a pistol back behind him. And a quick throw to the left side. And that's Greenwell, and he's pushed out of bounds after the first down about the 30-yard line. So that'll bring up 1st and 10. And they're driving again. It's that quick out that E-Town's having a hard time with. They're doing a really good job blocking on the edge.
Lining up in trips. E-Town's
not getting the penetration from their outside linebackers like they should.
It's been the quick passes rather than the long ones for Bardstown.
Clark in the shotgun again in the pistol formation. Hands off to the fullback. They trail right. And he's going to get a yard or 2 before he's brought down by a couple Panthers. Tyler Durbin and Dylan Miller in on the tackle. Or I'm sorry, Trey Durbin. I said Tyler Durbin, which is his older brother. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 9 from the Elizabethtown 29-yard line with 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Clock rolling, Clark in the shotgun. He's got a gun back beside him on his left.
They're staying on the ground.
And they stay on the ground, and wingback goes in motion to the left, and he's going to get 5 or 6 yards there, it looks like, maybe more. Finally brought down by Trey Durbin again and Alondre Murphy. And 22, Kai Sherrard. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2 from the Elizabethtown 22. Clock still rolling, minute 35 left to go. Clark again in the shotgun. And Clark keeps himself again up the middle, and he may be stuffed there. I don't think he got it. Read option again, he keeps it, and he hit a wall there.
Hit by number 59.
Now it's 4th down.
Chad Dukes for Elizabethtown made a big stop there for the Panthers, which is going to make it 4th and 1 from the Elizabethtown 21-yard line, and Bardstown's looking to the sideline for answers from their coach, and now they're going to take a timeout.
Surprising we haven't seen any balls in the air. I know Bardstown's having success, but with the clock where it's at, I'm thinking we're going to see some passes here soon.
Especially from a very capable passing game in Bardstown. But they haven't had to use it, you're correct. And they've done a good job on the ground, and they've mixed it up and kept E-Town off balance. So with 1:06 left in the second quarter, 4th down, 1 to go on the Elizabethtown 21-yard line. Bardstown's called a timeout, and they're weighing their options. No doubt they're going for it. It'll be interesting to see what they call. They've had some success up the middle, and they've had success on the outside, so they have a lot of options. Both teams headed to the line of scrimmage. This would be a big momentum play for E-Town if they could get a stop before they go into half, but it'd also be a big one for Bardstown if they can get it. Clark under center, maybe going straight ahead with it. Takes the snap, hands it off to the fullback. He's driving, and I believe he got it. It's going to be close, but I believe he got it.
Number 9 right on the carry.
Yeah. Be 1st down.
And they're moving the chains. 1st down, Bardstown. Daytrell Wright on the carry. He's a big, strong kid. He just balled his way in there for a couple yards. So, with 57 seconds left in the clock running, Clark in the shotgun. And they jet sweep to the right. And that's Greenwell again to the right side. He takes it all the way down to the 2 or 3 yard line. That's a big play. Bardstown doing a great job blocking those outside defenders for Elizabethtown. So that's going to bring up 1st and 4 from the 4 yard line. Clock's ticking, 30 seconds left. Clark in the shotgun. And the same play. Headed to the right side. Greenwood with the ball.
I think he's a little short.
Looks like they knocked him out of bounds maybe at the 1. They didn't signal it. 17 seconds. Now they're stopping the clock. So with 15 seconds left, it's going to bring up, looks like 2nd and 1. Bardstown's knocking on the door right here before halftime, and they take a timeout. Different looking Bardstown offense than we saw the last time, and we knew it was going to be that way. Good coaching can watch film and make an adjustment, and that's what E-Town's defensive coaches are going to have to do when they go in at halftime, and I have no doubt that they will. So second half ought to be entertaining, but I think this one's going to go to the wire. Big play for both teams right here. Bardstown has 1 timeout left. They can stop the clock again. Elizabethtown still has 2. Both teams back to the line of scrimmage. They've got their play ready. So Brady Clark goes under center. Going straight ahead with it. Takes a quick snap. And they haven't signaled yet. He didn't get it. So we're 3rd and 1 from the 1 yard line with 8 seconds left. In the first half, tie ball game, Bardstown 14, Elizabethtown 14. Bardstown will call another timeout to stop the clock.
That'll be their final timeout.
That'll be their last timeout, so they're going to have to either throw an incomplete passes on where they can stop the clock now. Bardstown and E-Town are similar teams. They've got multiple weapons. They're well coached. They have solid offensive lines. And they have some quick people on defense. It's just a matter of figuring out the other offensive scheme from the other team.
I think Bardstown came out here and did something totally different than anybody thought they were going to do. They've pounded the ball up the middle, and they've relied on their line and the legs of their quarterbacks to make a lot of their plays on offense.
And it's working so far, but here we're back to the line of scrimmage. Clark under center again. E-Town's crowd in the middle of the defense. Now they're going into the gun. He switched out from under center to the gun. They've spread it out a little bit. And they Greenwell to the right side, and he looks like they signaled him in. Ooh, that was close. Looked like they may have stopped him, but the referee signaled it in. So that's going to be a touchdown, Bardstown. They'll take the lead with 4 seconds left in the first half. 20-14. And Will Coger will come out and attempt the extra point to make it 21-14.
Will Coger set the tempo point after out of the hole. Number 3, Jacoby Posey.
Snap for the extra point, kicks up. And I believe that is good.
Wow.
So 21-14 with 4 seconds left in the first half of play here at Elizabethtown High School. Bardstown leads Elizabethtown 21-14, and Bardstown will be kicking the ball off here just before the half. All due to a 1-yard touchdown run by TJ Greenwell.
Tigers 21, Panthers 14.
Bardstown on a 45-yard drive to put them ahead 21-14. Tigers have come to play.
You're right, this is a different team than the last time these two teams saw each other.
You know, it's similar to last year. We saw a game between E-Town and Bardstown over here on this exact field during the regular season, and E-Town was able to pull it out in overtime. And then in the playoffs, this exact game in the playoffs, Bardstown came back over here and they blitzed E-Town. And so credit to their coaching staff and the adjustments they've made and the effort that these kids are putting in tonight. And let's see what E-Town does here with the kickoff. I think they're going to kick it too deep. And it is a onside kick, and E-Town takes a knee with 3 seconds left. So E-Town will have the ball at the Bardstown, their own 48-yard line with 3 seconds to go. So E-Town's offense heads out onto the field, 3 seconds left. What's the safe play here? You throw one up, or you just going into halftime and try to make your adjustments?
Well, they're in prevent right now, and it doesn't look like it'd be a miracle to get a touchdown here, but
Tripp's right, game's in the gun.
Something short, let somebody run.
They're going to take a chance. He loads up, scrambling forward, and he's...
Give us number 5, that's Camden Williams.
Williams catches the ball, he gets it about to the 27-yard line, but flags on the field, and Gaines was across the line of scrimmage when he threw that pass, so that's going to come back, and they're going to go ahead and send them in at halftime. Bardstown will decline the penalty, and that's your half. Bardstown Tigers 21, Elizabethtown Panthers 14, and we've got a barn burner here at Elizabethtown High School. So if you are coaching the Bardstown Tigers, what do you tell your team at halftime?
If you're coaching the Bardstown Tigers, you tell your team that you did everything you wanted to do right there and you looked good, but the job's not over, and you know E-Town's going to come out here and they're going to fight for their life just like their coach to do. So it's a lot of football left, and you can be excited for what you did in the first half, but the second half is just as important.
So if you go into the Elizabethtown locker room with Coach Ross Brown and Coach Quentin Brown and those guys, what are they telling those kids?
They're telling them to relax, they're telling them to calm down, and they're just going to go through what they need to do. and they're going to go through the adjustments they need to make to come out and be successful in this second half. I don't think anybody's panicking. I don't think anybody's tapping out just yet. We're going to see a lot of adjustments being made. We're going to see a very good second half.
Okay, that'll bring us to halftime, and we'll be back here shortly.
Hello, high school sports fans. I'm Gina Ryan, Director of Hardin County Educational and Community Television, and we're going to give you another great interview with one of our outstanding sponsors for our live sports coverage. E-Town Exterminating is in the house. Sean Rich is here with us today, and Sean, since we're distanced beyond 6 feet, we're going to remove our masks. Okay. We like to model our good social distancing, but yes, we like people to be able to hear us as well. Right. Sean, practically from the very beginning, E-Town Exterminating has been a sponsor of HCEC-TV's live sports coverage with Brandenburg Telecom. For those at home that may not know, tell us a little bit about E-Town Exterminating. How did it start?
Well, we're a family-ran business, exterminating company. We were founded in 1976 by my parents, Roy and Brenda Rich. And we've been around since then. I'm the second generation that's taken over, and we provide exterminating pest control termite services throughout Hardin County and all the surrounding counties around here. Yeah.
What prompted your dad and mom to do that? What inspired them to start a business?
Well, years ago, my dad was part of the government, state government, and he was over he was the director of pesticides on the regulation side, and saw an opportunity and wanted to go into the exterminating business.
Sean, I know that you lost your father earlier this past year. Tell us a little bit about your dad and what made him so special.
Dad and I had a very unique relationship. As a father, son, and as business partner, and we spent a lot of time together, and so I was very fortunate to be able to spend a lot of time with him and to learn the business through his eyes, and also he pushed me a lot, and as a business person. But I was very fortunate to get those life experiences through him. I was going to say that closeness, riding in the truck together. Well, I started working with him when I was in kindergarten. I would help spray houses, and from there, and we've been together ever since. Ever since, yeah, that is just absolutely awesome, and he's left a rich legacy, and yes, just like your last name, it's a rich legacy for that. The community businesses that we have, what really makes them unique is that you serve those that are your neighbors, and you want to give that type of service. What's that commitment like with your business? Majority of our customers have been with us for a long time, and they're not only our customers, but we consider them family, and so we want to go above and beyond for our family and customers. Tell me a little bit about how your services have evolved through the years. Well, you know, when we first went into business, it was mainly just doing like termite and pest control. But over the last few years, we're doing a lot of bed bug control now. Those bed bugs have come back. We do a lot of services for that. We take care of moles in yards, mosquitoes. So we've evolved that way. That's amazing. Now you've also really expanded your coverage area. So you started in Elizabethtown, and where are you available now? We're in about 8 different counties. We go as far as north of Shepherdsville. We go south. We go down in Hart County. We go over in Grayson, Breck County, LaRue, Greene County, over by Campbellsville. So we cover a lot of counties. When your dad first opened the business, how many employees other than him and his wife? There's about 3 employees, and we have about 40 now. Okay, awesome. Now,
In addition to changing the services, the way you do that business has also changed because of technology. So what are some of those changes that have occurred through the years?
Well, the main thing is you know, utilization of computers, the way that we do our data and how we communicate with our customers. We do it that way, and then also through, you know, through the media, through social media and stuff like that.
With it's always good that rather than having just one visit and you're done, is to have like an ongoing contract.
Yes.
Okay, and what are the benefits of those contracts? And give us an example of one.
Well, we do a lot of residential homes on a monthly basis. We assign you to a regular technician. That technician gives you a call each month and sets up an appointment, comes out and services the home. But if you have a problem in between those that monthly service, then you just give our technician, our office call, and they come back out and they'll take care of it, no extra charge.
Oh, that's amazing. When people do call you, they usually get a person on the phone.
Yes, we have four people in our office staff, and they're there to take your call.
Okay. Being a sponsor of our live sports coverage, why was that important to you to get involved?
It's particularly important for me because I know that with anything that has to do with high school, especially with sports, they need the funding for it. And as a company, that we like to be there to help support all the different high schools here in Hardin County.
And you were an athlete yourself.
Yes, played basketball and ran cross country and track.
Okay, and we do cover all of those things. Cross country and track, we usually do highlight features and such. And this year we kind of had to put our beginning of our seasons on hold because of COVID-19. But why is it important to you as a community partner to be there to support people too?
Well, it's all about the kids. I know as an athlete, when I was growing up, the experience of being part of a team was very important to me, and those are the lifelong friendships that I've acquired over the years, and the ones that I still talk to every day. And so we want to be able to support those kids also and give those lifelong experiences to them.
Well, they work really hard.
They do.
They work extremely hard, and to not only put a great product out there, but it's also a way for those athletes, by bringing them live sports coverage, that and we also stream that too, that they can be seen by a broader audience, and that really helps out a great deal. Would you agree in that?
Yes, I would. To be able to get that exposure and show the community and show the pride that the hard work that these athletes give, and be able to do it on TV, it's unbelievable how you all are able to give that to them.
We have many individuals in our community that they watch all of them religiously. Especially if I had a young lady to call, and she was saying that she wanted to make sure that she could watch all of her grandson's football games. Anytime we covered them, she wanted to make sure that she could tune in then. Now, how can individuals get in touch with your business?
Well, they can call us on our phone at 270-737-6900, or they can get online and get in touch with us through our website, and that's www.mugabug.com.
I was going to say, that has that been your slogan from the very beginning? The mugabug.com?
Yes, that's something my mother came up with, Mugabug. That's part of our logo right here, and it's M-U-G-G-A-B-U-G.
I was going to say, it's really catchy, and that's one thing everybody can remember really easily.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Sean, thank you again for coming in, and also for being one of our longtime sponsors on our live sports coverage. Just know that without your support, we could not do what we do. So we really appreciate your commitment to our local athletes, HCEC-TV and Brandenburg Telecom's live sports coverage, and to the community that you live in and serve in. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Waddell's Auto and Scrap Metal helps keep America clean.
Got a car that needs to be scrapped? Older refrigerator not working? We pay Todd down. Call Waddell's Auto and Scrap Metal Recycling today. Family owned and operated for over 40 years.
Premier Metal Recycling Company, we even handled the unloading. Waddell's Auto and Scrap, now with 2 locations.
Do your part. Keep America clean.
It's an HCEC presentation. HCEC-TV student production, a division of the Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Waddell's Auto and Scrap Metal Recycling, Blue Ribbon Renovations, the Mark Harris Company, West Point Bank, and E-Town Exterminating. Tune in weekly for all local HCEC-TV programs, air on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable's Channel 2 and Spectrum Channel 184. All HCEC-TV programs on the HCEC-TV YouTube channel, and subscribe to the channel today to get your local community sports and events. Special thanks to our HCEC-TV crew, which is Miss Gina Ryan. We would also like to thank NFHS, the National Federation of High School Sports, and its support in providing live streaming service. Contact nfhs.com to subscribe today. I'm Jeff Gregory alongside Jay Gregory, and we're back for the second half at Elizabethtown High School, where the Bardstown Tigers lead the Elizabethtown Panthers 21-14, and both teams are set to head to their sidelines. They've finished warming up almost, and we're getting ready to see a great second half. Jay, what do you look for this time around?
Well, for Bardstown, I would like to look at them to continue to move the ball well, continue to run a nice, slow, methodical offense, and just keep moving the ball. For E-Town, I think it's imperative for them to come out here and score quick, get some of that momentum back, and make for a good rest of the game.
And indeed, E-Town will get the ball starting the second half. They deferred to start the game and kicked off, so it'll be in their hands. They'll receive the kickoff, and we'll see what kind of answer they have and what kind of adjustments they've made during halftime. Not so much concerned with E-Town's offense, although they weren't as sharp as they have been in weeks past, but the defense is where the adjustments are going to have to be made if the Panthers expect to be able to stay in this game. 21-14. E-Town started the game off with an 80-yard touchdown pass from Games to Alondre Murphy. That started the scoring. That was the end of the score. That was the score at the end of the first quarter. Then Bardstown answered with a 16-yard T.J. Greenwell touchdown run. Then again with about a 45-yard T.J. Greenwell touchdown run. Then Cam McNeil for Elizabethtown answered and tied the game at 14-all on a 2-yard touchdown run. All extra points were good. And then Bardstown closed the half with a 1-yard run with 4 seconds left from T.J. Greenwell, again his third touchdown of the half, a 1-yard run which put Bardstown on top. So it'll be interesting to see how E-Town answers and if they can match them here, match the intensity and momentum that Bardstown has. And Bardstown's walking out set to kick off right now. Back deep for Elizabethtown is number 3, Cam Sherrard. Darian Copeland for Bardstown will do the kickoff duties. Both teams have opted to squib kick or just little punch kicks to get the game going, and this one is going to be a little different. He kicks it away, and it's fielded by Cam Williams, who brings it to the right side. He's back up the left sideline, and he's going. He's at the 50, at the 40, and finally knocked down about the 35-yard line of Bardstown. Great run. Great way to start the second half. He started back to his right and then turned back to his left and headed up the sideline. Only had one man to beat, and he's able to take his feet out and make the tackle, or else this would be a tie ball game.
I think Williams is a player we're going to see get the ball in his hands a couple more times this half. He didn't get it as much in the first, and I think that's going to change.
I think you're right. We didn't call his name much. We wouldn't be surprised to see Games looking for him in the passing game. So E-Town will take possession. Games under center. And it's McNeil up the middle. He's got a big run, and he brings it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So that's going to be good for about 7 yards right off the bat, just a blast up the middle, which will bring up second and third from the 30-yard line. Bardstown's 30-yard line. So E-Town's already threatening and driving on this early first half or second half possession. Games under center again. Sherrard twins at the wings, McNeil behind him. And he drops back the pass. Looking deep, looking for Williams, like we said, and just out of his reach.
And you know, that's a throw right there that for Games is perfect because only one person had an opportunity to catch that. games ran a good route, and I still think we're going to see that combo work together more.
I think you're right, and that was just off his fingertips. It was a good ball, good route, just didn't hook up. But I expect him to later in the game.
Been very impressed with the quarterback play from both teams.
That'll bring up 3rd and 3 from the 30-yard line. E-Town needs to pick up the first down here to continue this momentum early. McNeil again up the middle. He's going to bowl his way close to the first down. He stood up by Bardstown defenders, and it's close. It all depends on the spot. And it's a first down. Bardstown's defense being stingy on that play up the middle, but McNeil ran the ball hard enough to get across that threshold and get that first down, so momentum continues to build for the Panthers.
Both these offenses sub in lots of skill guys, lots of different numbers out there on the field during each play.
Game's under center. Turns quick pitch to T.J. Allen, who fumbles. He got blasted and fumbled, and it was picked up by number 8 from Bardstown. T.J. Greenwell, of course, his 4th touchdown of the night. They've run it all the way back for a touchdown. So not the start to the second half that the Elizabethtown Panthers wanted. They were driving. A big hit from one of the linebackers turns into a fumble that Bardstown picks up and takes 70 yards for a touchdown, which will make the score 27-14 early on in this second half.
And who else but number 8, T.J. Greenwell.
His 4th touchdown of the night. He's everywhere. Good-looking kid. He's good on defense, runs the ball well on offense, and the scary part about it is, Jay, he's just a sophomore. So Bardstown will line up for the extra point. Will Koger set to kick it for Bardstown. Snap, hold, kicks up, and the kick is good. So with 10:35 left in the third quarter, it is Bardstown Tigers 28, Elizabethtown Panthers 14. And just call it like we see it, they're punching E-Town in the mouth right now.
And, this will be good to see that some adversity for E-Town. They haven't lost a game all year, very rarely been down, so we'll see what they got. A lot of seniors on the team, and somebody's going to have to step up and make a big play.
Other than the first game that they played of the season against Central Hardin, which was a 20-14 win, they have not been challenged other than when they played 5A North Bullitt about 3 weeks ago, and that was a shootout, high-scoring affair. So E-Town's capable, no doubt about it. They can hit the big play and be back in this in a hurry. But they need to put one in right here for sure. And the kick is away. And it will go out of bounds, so that'll be a penalty. Goes out of bounds about the 31-yard line. E-Town players opted not to field it and let it bounce out, which was a good call.
Ball started on 35.
E-Town will take the penalty and will start their drive on their own 35-yard line with 10:35 left to go in the second quarter, 28-14 Tigers. Some scores coming in during the half. The last John Hardin score that I saw was 7-0 lead for John Hardin, and North Hardin was winning 7-0 over Meade County at the half. And I'm sure those games have already started back, but we haven't gotten scores yet. So Bardstown sets up to kick off again. And it'll be Darian Copeland handling the kickoff duties. Cam Sherrard deep for the Panthers. And the kick is off, and he kicks it deep, and it's going to go over. Sherrard fields it about the 11-yard line, and he's coming up to the right side and gets knocked out of bounds about the 27 or 8-yard line. So E-Town will start there 1st and 10, and they really need to put some points on the board here because Bardstown has all the momentum. They're going to have to do something to swing Big Mo back their way. Panther offense on the field. Bardstown's defense coming out. So game's in the shotgun. Murphy wide up top, Williams down low. McNeil coming back this way on the handoff. And he's going to get about 6-7 yards.
21 Neil Carey.
It's going to bring up second and about 3 for the Panthers from the 36-yard line. Game's in the gun again. Takes the snap, hands it to McNeil, up the middle, and that's going to be good for the first down. It's going to take E-Town to about the 40-yard line. Tackle on the play by Gray Clark again for Bardstown.
E-Town's moving the ball. It's just silly mistakes. Keep running it for them.
The turnover is costly, and they can't afford any more. Bardstown has come to play. Game's in the shotgun again. And the double handoff coming to the right side, and Bardstown's all over it. That's going to be a loss of 4 or 5 yards. That was Cam Sherrard trying to get outside here on the right side, and Bardstown snuffed that out in a hurry. They've got a player down, so the officials are going to call a timeout, but it appears to be a cramp. At least I hope that's what it is. Can't tell what number that is.
I think that's Greenwell, number 8.
It wouldn't surprise me if he was cramping. He's run a quarter to a half mile tonight out there on the field. He's had a tremendous game. I hope it's just a cramp and they're able to work that out. That's who it is. Number 8 Greenwell for Bardstown is down, which will give Coach Ross Brown maybe a little bit of time to regroup with his offense here. They're 2nd and 13 from the Elizabethtown 37-yard line. 9 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Plenty of time here at Panther Field, but Bardstown leads 28-14. You made a good point earlier, Jay. They have not faced this kind of adversity this season, so senior-laden team, you hope that they can jump out there and show some leadership and get those chains moving forward and get in the end zone a couple times, make this a ball game by the fourth quarter, and then we're like we thought before the game, we're going to be in a shootout.
I think you rely on the guys that have gotten you here. You know, you have some guys that have had really good years, and you have Clay Games, who's been on the Mr. Football list watch all year. So I'm really looking at him to step up and make a big play here.
And they're going to have to hit some plays in the passing game, no doubt. E-Town doesn't throw the ball 40, 50 times like a spread team does, but they need to be able to complete a good amount of passes to keep those running lanes open for the run game, and they've been able to do that this year. But so far we haven't hooked up on too many pass plays, but I expect to see that coming. So they're still working on the Bardstown player who's down. I don't believe that is Greenwell, Jay. I believe that's somebody else. I can't get the number. But it's an obvious cramp because they're working his calf. It is Greenwell. I believe it is number 8 Greenwell. I'm not sure why they're not, if it's a cramp, they're not helping him over to the sideline to do that, but it may not be that.
I think he's getting up.
And he's starting up now. So he is headed to the sideline. It appears to be a cramp, and I hope that's the case because I hate to see a young man that's played so well get hurt in a game like this. So E-Town will get ready and head back out on the field. 2nd and 13 from their own 37-yard line, down 28-14 with 9:20 left in the third quarter. I'm Jeff Gregory with Jay Gregory. This is an HCEC-TV production. So here we go. Games is in the gun again. McNeil's the gun back. McNeil has had to carry the last couple plays. Games rolls left, and there's the pass, and it's long. Over Murphy's head. E-Town coaches and fans are wanting a pass interference call, and they're not getting it.
I don't know if they thought that ball was uncatchable, but there was a lot of contact there.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, I think it was uncatchable. I don't think he could have got to that. But there was a ton of contact. But with like a lot of jobs, you can only make 50% of the people happy at one time or another. And sometimes it's 40%. So they're doing a fine job keeping this game under control. Game's back in the shotgun again. McNeil the gun back. And he's rolling to his left to pass. And the pass is away. And almost picked off, but incomplete. He was looking for Camden Williams out there on the quick out. It's like he ran a curl, and the defender for Bardstown, number 5, Rayleigh, looks like he jumped that route, and Jay, I thought he picked it. Gaines has not thrown an interception this year, and I probably just jinxed him. That's the kiss of death, kind of like when you say somebody's a 95% free throw shooter, but that was almost his first one.
There's another player down. That's number 9.
Now number 9, Detrell Wright, is down.
I think he's getting up. I think it's just another cramp. You know, you got a lot of guys in 3A football playing both ways, playing all special teams, and you're going to get cramps like this.
You are.
But like to keep the game moving.
E-Town's in a definite punt situation at 4th and 13 from their own 37-yard line. 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Games is in the game, but he's in a punting situation. Bardstown players down on the field again, so we're going to have a brief interlude. It's hard to get in the flow of the game when you're dealing with flags and injuries, but nobody gets hurt on purpose, so our thoughts are with these players and that they're not serious injuries.
Number 9 and number 8, both 2 players that have been injured.
They're 2 main backs.
I see number 8 running back around. I think Greenville's making his way back in the game.
Yeah, they're cramping up, obviously. So game's set to punt. Bardstown out on the field. Number 8, Greenville, who had the cramp, is back deep, along with number 22, Tyleek Williams. Snap. Punts away. Decent punt. Williams fields it at the 22, heads to the right. Missed tackle. And he's got a lane down the right sideline. Tyron
17.
Tyron Jeanette on the tackle.
What a play.
We got a flag down.
Fake the reverse. And
we got a Bardstown player down. I'm sorry. We got a Bardstown player down and a flag on the field.
And it looks like number 8's getting helped off by number 14, TJ Allen for the Panthers. That's good sportsmanship. You love to see that.
Now we got another flag on the field.
Uh-oh. Talk about sportsmanship, and now we got no love lost.
We've got a mess out here. I don't know exactly what they're calling, but I think we probably had a late hit when play was running, and then we've got some kind of sportsmanlike conduct flag on the field. So we'll let the ref sort it out.
You know, I get the parents are upset by all this, but those kids are 17, 18 years old, and they're big, and they know what they're doing, and they're going to lean on each other right now, and we're going to see both 2 teams go out and battle the rest of this game.
So personal foul on Bardstown. And unsportsmanlike conduct on E-Town, so they're going to be offsetting penalties. Looked like maybe a late hit there during the play on one of the Bardstown players from one of the E-Town players, and then I think maybe the coaches had something to say about it over there on the sideline, and they got the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, but they offset, so neither make any difference, and we're waiting for the refs to spot the ball to see where it goes. Helmet to helmet on Bardstown, and unsportsmanlike conduct on E-Town. That's what the referees are signaling. So Referee Corky Morse is spotting the ball at the E-Town 48-yard line. That's where Bardstown will take over. And Jay, it's do or die time for the Panthers. They're going to have to get a stop here one way or another.
I think if you're the Panthers, you need to stop, and I think if you're the Bardstown Tigers, you're going to keep doing what you've been doing this all game, and you're going to keep running up the middle, and you're going to waste as much clock as you can.
I think that's probably accurate. I'm sure Coach Clark has a game plan for this exact situation.
I do not see number 8 Greenwell in Bardstown's lineup.
Which makes a big difference. Who's the gunback now?
I think that's number 2.
It's Gray Clark.
It's Gray Clark, which he's been used for a lot of blocking situations, so we'll see how that goes.
So Brady Clark in the shotgun, hands it to, was that 8 right there?
No, they handed that one to number 9. That was to Trell Wright, and he was met right at the line by the defensive lineman of the Panthers. And that was Chad Dukes.
Chad Dukes on the tackle. He's one of the mainstays there in the interior of the defensive line for the Panthers. Has had a really good year. He and Ryan Piles are a load to try to get through.
What I've noticed here is anywhere that Clark Gray goes, and the ball's going to follow. He's been the lead blocker here for the Bardstown Tigers, and I don't think they've been going away from that.
So Clark in the shotgun again, 2nd and 11.
There it goes again.
And they're looking to pass. They're throwing deep. And it looked like Williams, and I can't tell what number that is. That's Tong, I believe, got their feet tied up, but there was no penalty on the play. Clark threw that ball 35 yards and didn't even look like he tried to throw it hard. So that brings up 3rd and 11 from the 49-yard line of Elizabethtown with 8 minutes left. Big play here for the Panthers. They need to stop, and they need to head back down there and get one in the end zone. Try to tighten things up here before we get to the 4th quarter.
A lot of one-on-ones with the corners on both sides.
And Clark keeps it himself, and it's going to be just short, it looks like.
I think he's about 3 or 4 yards short.
Tackle 7-8 yards downfield by number 74, Ryan Piles. That's going to bring up 4th and 4 from the 42-yard line. So let's see what Coach Clark decides to do over there.
It looks like they're electing to go for it, but right here they might be just trying to draw the Panthers off sides.
Well, this is a big play nonetheless.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a hard count and then a timeout, but we'll see.
Well, he's under center, so that would make sense. He wouldn't do that from the shotgun. And they run a play. It's pitch right. And nobody there. 1st down, Bardstown. That's going to be a pickup of, I don't know how many, 7 or 8. Enough for a 1st down.
Bardstown's not doing anything tricky here. They're running a little bit of, running right over you.
And we got a flag on the field.
Another flag.
I have no idea what for.
Number 9 got 2.
Late flag.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. 15-yard penalty on Bardstown. I have no idea what happened, but apparently one of the young men said something to the official. So that's going to back it all the way back to the Elizabethtown 49-yard line and make it 1st and a lot.
Big break.
1st and 25. That was a big help to the Panthers.
Trips to the left. Gray's the point man. I think we're going to see a bubble.
Handoff up the middle. E-Town's just waiting to tackle. They're not coming up and getting anybody. And we got another flag.
Right on the carry.
And it's against Bardstown. I don't know what the call is. Or maybe it's not. This is crazy. They're calling it on E-Town, it looks like. Got about a 12 or 13-yard gain. Now it's unsportsmanlike on E-Town, so I'm not sure what happened there either. I'm sure it's mouth. But that's going to take them from 1st and 25 to a 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. So we were 1st and 25 from the 49. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 28.
I'm all about clean, sportsmanlike games, but anytime the official has a lot of say in the games and on both sides, it's never good.
First and 10, Tigers.
So Bardstown's lining up on offense. Brady Clark in the gun again. Number 9, Daytrail right in the pistol. Handoff to right. Nope, Clark keeps it going around the right end. And he's tackled by number 6, Ryder Gregory. And number 74, Ryan Piles, bottled up over there. Good play.
Ryder Gregory.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 9 from the 27-yard line. It's been a wild game. E-Town has got to find a way, though, to get that ball back and get one in the end zone. Clock still ticking, 6 minutes, 15 seconds left in the third quarter. E-Town down 28-14. Clark in the shotgun again. 2 backs beside him. Hands off around the left side. And we got a flag on the play.
I think we're going to see a hold.
Going to be a holding call. Tackle on the play by Cam Sherrard. Green on the carry. So we got a holding call. That's going to come back.
Was holding against the Tigers.
So now we're looking at 2nd and 19 from the 37-yard line. 5:56 to go in the third quarter. Clark in the shotgun.
I'm sure bubble.
Yeah, he's going to throw the ball here, I would expect. And he does. He's back to pass. Gets pressure from number 74, Ryan Piles. Getting rushed from Trey Durbin, number 2, who ends up pushing him out of bounds. He gained maybe 2 or 3 yards, but he couldn't get that pass off.
E-Town got back quick.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 18 or 19 from about the 31-yard line. So this is a big play.
31-yard line. 3rd and 18, Tigers.
A game of interest in 3A just down the road. Christian Academy of Louisville is leading Mercer County 20-7, and that may be what one of these 2 teams sees later on. Either one of those teams in Class 3A.
62.
Bardstown lines up. Clark was in the shotgun, but they've since taken a timeout, so that's going to give both teams a little bit of time to conference with their players. Down 2 scores isn't impossible, and you're always within striking distance, but when you make it down 3, it makes it tough. So both coaches realize this is a great big play. 3rd and 18 from the 31, and you got to think if Bardstown gets, well, they're probably in 4-down territory regardless. So they're not necessarily having to look for a 18-yard play here, are they, Jay? They can try to split that in half and give themselves a chance to get in front of the chains.
Absolutely. I'd be looking for something quick, get some guys out in some space to move. Maybe 8, 9, 10 yards right here would be perfect. Set up some big 4th down.
TJ Allen coming in for number 57 for the Panthers. That's Drew Helton. And they're going to that nickel look that we talked about earlier in the first half to try to get some more speed on the field and maybe some more secondary players to defend against that pass. Bardstown about to break the huddle and line up, and we'll see what it looks like. Looks like they're going trips on the left side. So they're going to at least spread them out and try to run a draw, or they're going to throw it out here to this side. And they run the draw. And Clark keeps the ball on the draw. He's run out of bounds about 21 or 22-yard line. So that's going to be good for 8 or 9-yard pickup, which is going to bring up 4th and 10, exactly like we discussed. They just tried to split that difference in the middle and get evener in front of the chains a little bit so they can have a manageable 4th down.
What we've been saying all game is the legs of number 10 Clark have gotten the Bardstown Tigers out of some deadly, dangerous situations, and he's continuing to do that, and it's working out for him.
It'll be interesting to see what the stats are for their rushing, but it's a bunch. So Clark's in the shotgun, getting ready to run the play. And he throws the pass, and it's caught.
Is his knee not
Tackle's missed.
Okay.
And he's going to be short. He completed the pass, but it looks like he's going to be a yard or two short because the receiver had to go down on the knee to catch it. So that's going to turn it over on downs. E-Town's going to take possession on what looks like about the 15-yard line. So that was a real break for E-Town.
It's a very good catch. If had protected his body with the catch, just his knee was on the ground.
It looked like some of our E-Town defenders were lost on that play. They lined up on the wrong side and were trying to adjust mid-play, so E-Town really caught a break right there. So E-Town will take over 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line with games in the gun. And we've got a false start. E-Town's started early, so that's going to back them up 5 yards right off the bat. 5:22 left in the 3rd quarter. Bardstown leads 28-14. E-Town's got the ball on their own 10-yard line. 1st and 15, so they need to answer here. Gaines runs in with the play. And just like we talked about with Bardstown, they don't have to hit a 15-yard play. Let's just get chunks of 6 or 7 and work on it. Needs to be their mindset. Gaines takes the snap under center. He's dropping back to pass, runs the screen and overthrows Kai Sherrard to the left side. Gaines hit pretty good on that play. Got a lot of rush.
E-Town needs to get back to moving the ball well and just having a good drive. Right now, I think it looks like we're pressing a little bit, and we just need to find our momentum and find their groove.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 15 from the 10-yard line of E-Town. They've got 90 yards to go to hit pay dirt. 5:18 left in the 3rd quarter. E-Town lines up offensively with McNeil as the gun back. Gaines in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking to pass, and he throws deep. Overthrows Alondre Murphy down the left sideline. He's looking for a pass interference call, but he's not going to get it.
I think it's been one of those same plays we've seen 3 or 4 times. I guess they're just rolling that uncatchable because the corner's not shy about getting his hands on the receiver.
Gaines is throwing a big, pretty ball, but a little more air under it to let Murphy run under it like he did that first touchdown pass that they threw. And I think you're right, they're pressing our receivers at the line of scrimmage so they're not getting out on their routes, and it's messing the timing up.
Absolutely.
So E-Town breaks the huddle, 3rd and 15. They need an answer here. From their own 10-yard line, Gaines, I expect to throw the ball here. And he drops back, and he rolls to his right, looking upfield, and underthrows number 22, Kai Sherrard. So that's going to bring up 4th down. 4th and 15 from the 10-yard line of E-Town. And they're going to punt. Don't have much choice.
Now, I think we have another cramp on the Bardstown side.
Another injury on the field.
That's Will Cogger.
Will Coger, who's one of their wide receivers and also their kicker. He's up and moving off the field now. You know, it's chilly out here, but it's not the temperatures that you would expect in December. And that could be playing a part in the cramping from some of these players. Generally, we're looking at 35-degree games, and we're probably upper 40s or 50 degrees right now, so it's interesting.
Back to punt for Panthers, number 7, Clay Gaines.
Clay Gaines back to punt from his own 10-yard line. Deep for Bardstown's TJ Greenwell. And number 22, Tyleek Williams. Gaines has the ball, kicks away. It lands at the 40-yard line, takes a Bardstown bounce to about the 35-yard line. So 25 yards net gain. Bardstown's got really good field position right here, Jay, and E-Town can't bend any farther.
I think right here, E-Town needs to either get off the field quick or produce a turnover because Bardstown has very, very good field position.
So Clark runs in with the play for Bardstown's offense, and they break the huddle. E-Town with the same crew out on defense. Clark under center. He takes the snap and pitches right. That's a block in the back that they missed completely.
I think we've seen a couple of those miss, but
and they've got about a 20-yard gain, but we've got a flag back at the line of scrimmage, which is going to be a false start. So that play's coming back.
Illegal procedure call against the Tigers.
So that'll back them up 5 yards. E-Town caught a break on that because that was about a 20-yard gain otherwise. Bardstown's doing a tremendous job blocking on the outsides, and E-Town can get no penetration to stop that sweep.
And they're not doing anything. They're lining up and they're running right over, right where it looks like they're running. Not doing anything fancy.
And as long as they're successful doing that, they're not going to change.
Absolutely.
So Clark under center, almost in a wishbone formation. Fullback leads out. Greenwell gets the ball, goes around the left side. He's going to gain about 8 yards.
The E-Town defense is leaving their feet a lot on a lot of their tackles, and Greenwell's, running slow, and he's running fast, and he's just breaking a lot of tackles.
And it appears that a lot of their defensive players are waiting for the play to get to them instead of attacking the play, which is costing them valuable yardage. So anyway, brings up 2nd and 6 from the 30-yard line with 4:22 left in the third quarter. Bardstown driving again. Clark's in the shotgun. One gun back. Looks like he's playing the clock a little bit. And here they come to the right side. And he does go around the right side, gets tackled by a host of Panthers at about the 27-yard line, 26-yard line. So it's going to bring up about 3rd and 3 from the 27-yard line.
They're just lining up and following number 2.
Yeah, Greg Clark's bulldozing the way for those Bardstown backs, and E-Town has no answer for it right now. Clark in the shotgun, keeps it himself, heading up the middle, and he's got a huge hole. Brought down initially by number 57 for Elizabethtown.
Tackle number 2, Trey Durbin, number 4, Alondre Murphy.
Tackle ended up by number 2, Trey Durbin and Alondre Murphy. It doesn't appear that E-Town's middle is getting much push there from behind the line of scrimmage. And we got another flag on Bardstown. So I don't know what's going on out there. I'm guessing it has to be the players talking to the refs and saying things they shouldn't, but that's 2 or 3 we've seen tonight. That unsportsmanlike conduct call backs them up 15 yards.
Back to the 32-yard line. 1st and 20.
If you're a coach, that will make you pull your hair out. So it's 1st and 25 from the 32-yard line of Elizabethtown. They're down 28-14 with 2 minutes and change remaining in the third quarter. Clark takes a snap under center, pitches right to Greenwell, who heads up the sideline and gains about almost 20 yards. E-Town has no answer for that sweep. That Greenwell kid for Bardstown has had an exceptional game. I have no idea how many yards he has, but it's a bunch.
And they keep lining up in the same formation and running the same thing, and I'm just not seeing much adjustments coming from the team in blue.
Looks like a timeout on the field, timeout Elizabethtown, so maybe we're getting ready to see some more adjustments.
Their first timeout in the second half.
Because they're killing a whole lot of clock. 28-14 at Elizabethtown High School. Bardstown has the ball on the 14-yard line of Elizabethtown, 2nd and 7, and we have a timeout Elizabethtown to try to regroup their defense. This is an HCEC-TV student production, a division of the Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Waddell's Auto and Scrap Metal Recycling, Blue Ribbon Renovations, a Mark Harris Company, West Point Bake, and E-Town Exterminating. Tune in weekly for all local HCEC-TV programs here on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable's Channel 2 and Spectrum Channel 184. All HCEC-TV programs on the HCEC-TV YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel today to get your local community sports and events. Special thanks to our HCEC-TV crew, Ms. Gina Ryan. We'd like to also thank NFHS, the National Federation of High School Sports, and its support in providing live streaming service. Contact nfhs.com to subscribe today. Both teams coming out of a timeout. Bardstown getting set at the line of scrimmage.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see it pitched to the other way this time for Bardstown.
Clark under center in an I formation almost, it looks like. He turns, hands it to the fullback, which is Greenwell, and he's good for 2 or 3 yards on that carry, maybe 4. Tackled by a host of Panthers up the middle, which is going to bring up 3rd and 3 from E-Town's 10-yard line. Nick Langseth on the tackle for the Panthers. And we've got another timeout on the field for something.
The 10-yard line.
8 and 9, they're 9.
I haven't seen so many stoppages in a game in quite some time. Elizabethtown making substitutions. Dylan Miller going in for Nick Langseth. Clark in the shotgun. Looks to throw to the left. Big play by E-Town's number 3, Cam Sherrard, and we've got a flag on the field again. No idea what that's for. Huge play by Cam Sherrard. That was going to be a tackle for loss.
No, it's a hold.
I'm guessing that's a holding call, and they're backing it up, so it's on Bardstown. So it appears that is a holding call on Bardstown. 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. That's going to make it 3rd and 18 from the Elizabethtown 22. Correction, 3rd and 15. So Clark for Bardstown's in the gun with a pistol back. He hands it to him up the middle, and he's stuffed a yard or 2 deep there at the line of scrimmage.
Almost 18.
There's number 84, Trey Prather, on the tackle. Picked up 3 there, so now we're looking at 4th and 12 from the 19-yard line. And I don't think they can kick it, but they're definitely not going to punt it. So I would look for some kind of pass from Greenwell here, and E-Town needs to really work hard and get some rush on the passer. And don't let him sit down there and pick you apart. And it's snapped in the shotgun. He looks to his right, throws the ball, and it's incomplete. So that's going to turn it over on downs to the Elizabethtown Panthers on their own 19-yard line.
Really been impressed with the coverage from both sides. Both corners are playing well.
Yeah, neither quarterback, other than the 80-yard touchdown pass the Gaines hit early in the game, have been able to complete many passes. So it'll be interesting to see if E-Town can answer right here, because they need to put a score up. If nothing else, just to put some pressure on Bardstown, because right now they're content with just taking their time and running methodical drives and trying to run that clock down as much as they can. If you can cut that to 1 more score, then they've got to play football. Gaines takes and turns back and throws it to number 21, McNeil, and he's got the whole right sideline. Cuts it back towards the middle and it's tackled about the 30-yard line. So that's going to be a 1st down for the Panthers.
Panthers faked a draw back to him. Faked a draw to him and then ended up throwing to him, letting the line set up a wall on the right side. That play looked pretty.
Well, it's time to use everything you got in your book, because it's survive and advance is the name of the game when you get into the playoffs, obviously, and it's getting ready to be throat cutting time. Games keeps the ball out of the shotgun again, completes another pass to Kai Sherrard. He's got a ton of running room. He gets a block, he can go, and he gets tackled on the Bardstown 24-yard line, so a huge game for Kai Sherrard. About a 44-yard gain out of a little screen out pass to Kai Sherrard from Clay Gaines, which is really going to give Elizabethtown some momentum. 15 seconds left in the third quarter. So E-Town will be 1st and 10 from the Bardstown 23-yard line. And they're going to let the clock run out and take us to the third quarter, Jay. So just as we expected, this game was going to be a lot tougher than many around this neck of the woods thought it would be. Bardstown has definitely come out, and they've won this ball game so far. There's no other way to spin it. So E-Town's got 15 or 12 minutes to decide whether they can tie it up or take the lead, see who gets to play next Friday.
You know, and that play right there, exactly the play E-Town needed, exactly the one Bardstown needs to avoid, and they have done so since that one earlier deep ball from Games to Alondre Murphy. But other than that, Bardstown has really put the lid on the big plays for E-Town, and that's why they are up in this game.
16 seniors on this Elizabethtown Panthers team, and they've been through a lot of wars and a lot of battles. They're not giving up just yet. If they can stick one here, then that's going to really help with the momentum and tighten Bardstown up possibly, but we'll see how they respond and if E-Town can pull it off. Now we'll be switching sides of the field. E-Town will be running offense away from the home scoreboard.
One thing I do know about this place, it's going to get loud here very soon.
It's loud, and we've got COVID restrictions in place. Imagine if we had a full crowd.
Games completion to Sherrard, good for 47 yards.
So E-Town, they set the ball. E-Town's in the huddle. Game's in the gun. 2 receivers right. He takes the pitch or the snap, looking to throw. Throws the big ball over the top. Oh, almost there. Looks like he was looking for Alondre Murphy deep right in the end zone and in and out of his hands.
I think that was Kai Sherrard for the Panthers, and he's down now. But his brother there to pick him up.
So he pops up and looks like he's ready to go. I'd say he's gassed. Played on both sides of the ball all night. But with 12 minutes left, now it's time to dig deep. So E-Town took a shot there and almost pulled it off. We'll see what Coach Ross Brown calls with 2nd and 10 from the Bardstown 23-yard line. 11:55 to go in the fourth quarter. E-Town down 28-14. They really need to put some points on the board. Games rolls to his right, looking deep again. Completes it to
that was Kai again.
Kai Sherrard. Looks like that was good for about 6-7 yards. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 3 or 4. 3rd and 4 from the Bardstown 17. So big play here. But just like we talked about earlier, we're out of kicking field goal time. So they're gonna go 2 downs here. You don't have to get it all here. You just got to keep moving forward. E-Town going to the line. We got a whistle on the field. I'm not sure what they called here, if it's a sideline warning or. And they blow the clock back in, so E-Town has Games under center. He takes a snap, and they run a little reverse with number 3, Cam Sherrard, and he's tripped up. It's going to be a tackle for loss.
Number 17.
Number 17, Will Coger. That was a great defensive play. That's going to bring up 4th and 6 from the Elizabethtown 19-yard line.
Coger's been all over the field too on both offense and defense.
They've really dialed in on this E-Town offense. They're making some good reads defensively.
Also to the 19-yard line. 4th and 6 Panthers.
Games runs the play in. They're breaking the huddle and headed to the line of scrimmage. Games under center. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, rolls to his right. He's going to keep it. And throws an incomplete pass to Looks like that was intended for number 5, Camden Williams. Bardstown's acting like they picked it off, but I believe it bounced. But either way, it's going to be a turnover on downs, and Bardstown's going to take over on their own 19-yard line. Not what they needed those last 2 plays there. So the times that you say we'll get it back in a minute are running short here. 10:37 left to play in the 4th quarter. E-Town down 2 touchdowns, 28-14 to the Bardstown Tigers. E-Town's defense back out on the field. I would expect a healthy dose of the run game to keep that clock moving.
I think we're just going to keep following Gray Clark all the way around,
And
right up
that's
the
what
middle.
they do. They hit up the middle. E-Town makes a play. Number 8, TJ Greenwell, takes the handoff. Looks like he was good for 4 yards. It's almost like we know what they're going to do and can't stop them. Chad Dukes on the tackle for Elizabethtown.
Gain of 5 to the 24-yard.
Bardstown in no hurry. Brady Clark in the shotgun, back beside him each way. 22 takes the handoff. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds. That's going to be Tyleek Williams, but that's going to be good for another 3 or 4 yards, which is going to make it 3rd and 2.
It's a very, very big down for the E-Town Panthers.
3rd and 2 from Elizabethtown 28 or so. Have to get a stop here.
Langseth checking back in for the Panthers.
Yeah, another running situation, so Langseth checks back in there to clog the middle up. I would look for Clark to keep this one on some kind of read option. And we got a flag. I don't know what it's for. False start, which is big for Elizabethtown. So that's going to back the Tigers up 5 yards. Stops the clock. That's another thing that'll make a coach pull their hair out.
E-Town's catching some breaks. They just need to start capitalizing.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 6 from the 23-yard line, so E-Town can force them into a punting situation here. They've still got life. Clark in the shotgun, and as I suspected, he keeps it himself up the middle. Got another flag on the play. Has to be a hold. Holding Bardstown. So that'll back them up 10 more. And it was a good thing because he was close to the first down there on the keeper, quarterback keeper up the middle. I don't know how many penalties have been assessed tonight, but it's been several. This is a good veteran refereeing crew. They've been around a long time. They work together a long time and know what they're doing. 3rd and 16 from the 13-yard line. So look to pass here. And they run a little draw.
Play E-Town's been running all day. I think they've seen that once or twice. Stop them.
And that's not going very far. Oh, and E-Town thinks they came away with the ball. They blew it dead, I believe. So TJ Greenwell on the run, tackled by Nick Langseth for Elizabethtown. One of the Panthers, number 4, Londre Murphy, came out of the pig pile with the ball, but they've blown the runner dead, and now Bardstown set up the punt with 9 minutes left to go from their own 18-yard line. TJ Allen deep to receive. And Bardstown has a pretty good punt. And it'll go out of bounds at about the, let's see where they mark that, 47-yard line. So E-Town will take over on their own 47-yard line, and they've got 8 minutes and 57 seconds to figure out a way to put 2 touchdowns on the board to at least send this thing into overtime.
You know, anything can happen in football, but looking at this drive right here, this looks like a drive that the E-Town really needs to put some points up on the board.
Well, any indication on how they've played the first 3 quarters offensively, it's going to be tough to put 2 up. But like you said, there's plenty of ability out there. It can be done. But they're going to have to start now. Game's in the shotgun. Kai Sherrard goes in motion. He looks to the left, throws a quick screen to Londre Murphy. He catches it. and is moving to about the 47 or 8 yard line of Bardstown, so that's going to be good for about 6 yards. E-Town needs a little sense of urgency here. They need all the time they can get. So Games rushes to the huddle.
I think we'll see a shot play here pretty soon.
Back in the shotgun again. Gonna have to stay in the air a good bit. Games looking to pass. Throws the deep ball to number 3. Cam Sherrard, he's caught it. 5-10. Touchdown. Touchdown Elizabethtown. That's the spark they needed. Games to Cam Sherrard for about a 48 yard touchdown pass. That's going to make the score 28-20 Elizabethtown, pinning the extra point by Brandon Parsons.
A lot of these E-Town players walking off the field gassed, realizing they have 8 minutes left.
So Parsons set up to kick the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. So 28-21, Bardstown leads the Elizabethtown Panthers with 8:18 left in the fourth quarter. And that was the exact play that Elizabethtown needed. Play Games to Cam Sherrard for a 48 yard touchdown pass with 8:18 on the clock. The E-Town crowd has a little bit of new life, Jay. Now's the time to dig deep. For seniors on whichever team, this may be the last 8 minutes of your high school football career, so I'm sure the coaches are telling them that, and it's gut check time.
Special teams have been important to both these teams all game. We'll see what kind of field position Bardstown gets after this.
I wish E-Town would let Parsons kick it away. Giving up the field position that they do a lot of times on these kickoffs is rough. So Parsons set to kick, approaching the ball. Kicks away, he squib kicks it again. That's by a Bardstown player and goes out of bounds at the 19 yard line. So that was a break for Elizabethtown. That's decent field position.
The 22 touchdown, it rolled out of bounds?
He did. He touched it, and it, like he was trying to pick it up, and it bounced out of bounds. So that was a break for Elizabethtown, and the Bardstown Tigers offense rolls back out onto the field. And they've got to play offense this time. There's still plenty of time left on the board. They've got to move the chains.
I think these first couple plays are going to tell what the drives are going to look like for Bardstown.
Clark in the gun, got motion to the left side, hands it off. No, he keeps it himself up the middle, and he is stuffed maybe a gain of 3 or 4. I tell you what, he almost got 5. We're just having a heck of a time on that read option play. Bardstown's offensive front has done a great job all night long. E-Town runs Big Nick Langseth off, and they're going with 3 down linemen this time. And hand off to the right side to TJ Greenwell. He may have gotten a yard, but he was stopped quick by Kai Sherrard, it looks like. And so we got 3rd and 3 from the 26 yard line of Bardstown with 7:25 to go. E-Town needs to stop on this play. And we got a flag. Flag on the E-Town sideline. It looks like a sideline warning. They're going to have to wash those flags tonight. They're going to have dirt all over them.
On the AstroTurf.
So 3rd and 3 from the 26 yard line, 7:19 left to go. Bardstown leads by a touchdown. This is a huge play for this E-Town defense. Clark takes pitches left, looking for Greenwell, and he's got it. He got just enough, it looks like. Nobody met him up there. They're really, really good at blocking on that outside. We can't get any, or E-Town can't get any penetration through that on that sweep.
You know, they're loading everybody down to wash our DNs down through the line, and then they're just kicking out our outside linebackers and making that hole right there.
Well, and the thing is, it's pretty much we're telling you what we're going to do. Stop us if you can, and
They've been doing it
they
all
haven't
day.
been able to be stopped. So Clark's under center now. We're looking at 1st and 10 from the Bardstown 30-yard line. Clock's ticking at 6 minutes and 50 seconds left. And the E-Town players were pointing at the Bardstown front line like they jumped, and they did. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. That'll stop the clock, and that'll back Bardstown up 5 yards.
You know, when that set, Bardstown keeps getting in. They're running 2 plays. They're either pitching it to the overloaded side, or they're running right up the middle of the weak side. And E-Town just still hadn't been able to figure that out.
Either they haven't figured it out, or they just can't stop it.
That's
One of the
also
two.
either way.
It almost looks like they're in an I formation here. I've seen them do that a couple of times.
There's that
Clark, the handoff up the middle, and they got stuffed that time. Ran right into the beef of the E-Town defensive front. So that's going to bring up 2nd and about 15 with 6 minutes and 25 seconds left in the game.
Referee on carry. Tackle number 21.
Make that 2nd and 13. I still wait for Clark to throw a ball here in a minute. And it may be this play.
Right here.
He's in the shotgun. We got 2 receivers on this end, 1 up top, 1 on the wing. Wing's moving, and here comes the pass. Quick out, and he threw it sharp to incomplete to number 4, Shannon Tone. And that ball had a lot of heat on it, but it just went through his arms, which is going to bring up 3rd and 13, and it stops the clock for E-Town. So 3rd and 13 from the Bardstown 27. This is an enormous play for this E-Town defense.
Bringing a DB on the field for E-Town.
Yeah, they're going back to that nickel look, where they had an extra defensive back on obvious passing downs. Rushing 3 down linemen. And Clark rolls to his left. Throws back across the field to the far side, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds. A good lick. Looked like Trey Durbin, number 2 it was. And that's going to bring up 4th and about 7. You know, Bardstown's 33-yard line.
You know, you watch both these teams. You watch them play offense, and you just realize that a lot of the plays they've been running have been similar. Like right there, that throwback with the wall made by the lineman, and E-Town I think ran that a couple drives ago. So these coaches are really good, and they think a lot alike, and they have similar players.
Brings up a Bardstown punt, snap to the punter, steps, gets off a decent punt. T.J. Allen back, and he's going to field it and dive to his left. And gets run down from behind, trying to make a cut at the 35-yard line. And so E-Town's got 65 yards to go with 5:41 left to try to tie this ball game. So plenty of time. And there's nothing special that they have to do. They can run their whole offense right now, and they still have 2 timeouts left. Just have to take care of the ball. You know, usually E-Town can operate and they can get yardage in chunks of 4 and 5 and 6, but Bardstown's really slowed that down for them tonight. James in the shotgun. He rolls to his right, hands it off to McNeil, who's coming back to his left, and is met right at the line of scrimmage by 2 Bardstown defenders.
That was number 2, Greg Clark, who just has not been fooled by that play all game.
No, he's a very, very good middle linebacker, and he's making some great reads and really playing well for Bardstown's defense.
The one thing about E-Town's offense is they're always able to score on any given play.
2nd and 8, Panthers.
So Games in the shotgun again with McNeil as the gun back. He takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking downfield, puts the ball in the air, and it's caught downfield by Kyle Sherrard, who tries to keep his feet, but is eventually wrestled out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
There was that smash combo you see a roll out to the right and out, and then a corner, and he just hits that corner over the top for a big gain.
So you're telling me Coach Ross Brown kind of set that pass up?
As he has.
Well, it was a good call nonetheless, and that's keeping E-Town moving. 1st and 10 from They're from the Bardstown 28-yard line. We still got 5 minutes left, so plenty of time to run all their offense. E-Town still has 2 timeouts. And E-Town lines up with Games in the shotgun.
In the E-Town passing game, we're seeing Games have the most success when he lays the ball out up a little bit.
Looking to pass, he's got Schroeder, and he catches a touchdown, Panthers! What a catch.
What a catch, and what a ball.
What a pass.
He's just been easing that ball up. He's not forcing anything, and he's just finding open receivers, and that's a big touchdown for the E-Town Panthers with 5 minutes left in this game.
Play Games fake the handoff to McNeil. Look back to his left. Cam Sherrard running deep down the left sideline, and he threw a beautiful ball to him that Cam Sherrard was able to make a beautiful catch on. So here's the big extra point. Parsons goes out to kick. This is the one that'll tie it up with 4:57 left in the fourth quarter. And the snap to the hold and Parsons kick. And it's good. We got a tie ball game at Elizabethtown High School. 28 all. And I think it's fair to say, Jay Gregory, that momentum is swinging.
It's swinging, but one thing I will say about Bardstown is you have to like where you're at right now. 5 minutes left. You have been moving the ball all game methodically, and you have a chance now to go take the lead in a spot that a lot of people didn't think you were going to be in. So,
and that's a fact with 2 timeouts left. So I have nothing but respect for Bardstown's team and the way they played this game. They've done a tremendous job, and their coaches have had them dialed in and ready from the jump, and they've hit E-Town in the mouth for 3 quarters. And maybe the Panthers have woke up now, but it'll be interesting to see how this last 5 minutes plays up. Obviously, if you're Bardstown, you're looking to score here. But from a coach's perspective, are you going to try to keep that ball on the ground and time that clock just right? Because with the momentum that E-Town has on offense, I can't imagine they want them getting the ball back.
I think if you're the coach right now, you realize what opportunity you have. You realize you have 5 minutes left to try to go down and score, but you don't want to give much time left to those E-Town Panthers because you see how fast they can score. They can in a hurry.
So Parsons set to kick, and it's away, and it's another squib kick to the left, and it touches the Bardstown player again. And 22 picks it up and slips at about the 16-yard line. So a great break for the Elizabethtown kicking team. Number 22 for Bardstown, Tyleek Williams, trying to make a cut to the left side, falls down, and Elizabethtown will be defending the Bardstown Tigers from the Bardstown 16 or 17-yard line. So Bardstown will take over. 4:53 left in the fourth quarter. Bardstown 28, Elizabethtown 28. It's a barn burner. Clark in the gun, hands off to Greenwell, who's coming up the middle, and he's stuffed right off the bat by Ryan Pauls and company.
Can't say enough about these E-Town linemen, the ones that do play both ways, and they have worked their butts off all year, and they have come together, and they've really proved that they are one of the best offensive groups that E-Town has.
They really have, and there's been some good ones come through here, but this group's special as well. Clark in the shotgun with the pistol back behind him, and read option. E-Town can't get the runner down.
Wow.
He got about 4 more yards than he should have. That was a great run. Was that Greenwell or Wright?
That was number 9.
Number 9, Day Trail Wright. So that's going to bring up 3rd and about 3 from the Bardstown 24-yard line with 4 minutes left and the clock still moving. So big play. Bardstown desperately needs this first down. Now we got a trips look to the right. Clark in the shotgun. And he hands off up the middle. And it's going to be close. I believe he got it. But it's close.
And they're calling it first down.
First down, Bardstown. So they split trips right over here and then just run the little draw play up the middle with the fullback out of the pistol. They do a good job of spreading you out and confusing E-Town's defense.
I'm not exactly sure what Bardstown has in their kicking game, but if they get in any type of field goal range here, do you think they try it?
Well, it just depends how much time's on the clock. Incomplete pass, quick screen to the right side, well defended by E-Town. I tell you, those Bardstown receivers, they really block well. Ryder Gregory there to break it up. 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line of Bardstown. 3:13 left. The clock stops on the incomplete pass. Clark in the shotgun again. And Clark keeps it up the middle again. Big hole. And he's got room to run, and he's a Bulldog. Man, he's running hard, and that's going to be close to a Bardstown first down.
They're marking it just a little short.
That read option play, he doesn't mind to keep it and take the hits up the middle.
Wow. Ooh, and that's another spot they're giving.
What a spot.
No, a lot of the offensive plays Bardstown's running they have a read option variation off all of it, so he's just picking his moments and he's running hard and really changing this game up.
That clock's still rolling, 2:50 left. Clark in the shotgun again. It's going to be 1st and 10 Bardstown, and they're giving it up the middle. Greenville bounces it outside to the left, and he's tackled by Cam Sherrard for a gain of about 6, it looks like.
I think he was trying to get out of bounds there, but he stayed in. The clock keeps rolling.
Clock still rolling, brings up 2nd and 4 from the Bardstown 44-yard line. They're driving. Will they have enough time? E-Town needs a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to slow this Bardstown momentum down. I'm guessing they're going to take a shot with a big pass here before long. Clark in the gun, hands off to Greenville up the middle. E-Town stuffs him. They're acting like they got the ball. They do have the ball. E-Town has got the ball. Fumble Bardstown. E-Town's got the ball with 2:05 left. I have no idea who came out of there with it. Big stop for that E-Town defense. And a tough break for a great Bardstown Tigers offense. So, time for Clay Gaines and that Elizabethtown offense to work their magic. 1st and 10 from the Bardstown 46-yard line with 2:05 left to go. Tie ball game here at Panther Field. So Gaines in the gun. McNeil the gun back. Hands it off. They're going to get nothing here. Bardstown stunted their linebacker right there, and he just about took the handoff away from him. He read that and timed that perfectly.
Wow, I can't believe the level of play we're seeing right now. Both these teams realize what's at stake, and both these teams are really going all out.
Clock still running. I'd expect the Panthers to go to the air here, Bree, in just a very short few minutes. Gaines in the gun, rolling to his left, looking for a receiver. Throws the pass to Alondre Murphy. He's going to pick up about 6 yards. They call it complete. He slipped when he caught it, or he had some room to run. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 4 with 1:15 and rolling.
That clock is still moving. They waited.
E-Town's going to take a timeout here.
They waited about 20 seconds to call that timeout right there.
So what do you do here, Coach Gregory? You work on getting this first down and then take some shots to try to get in field goal range at least. I think Parsons can make a kick from 20-yard line and in. They can take a shot with him.
Yep, I think you get this first down and then you start taking your shots. But this first down is really important right now.
You know, the last thing you want to do is throw an interception, but
exactly.
It is refreshing to have a senior quarterback and be able to trust in him and let him make some reads and see if he's got anything that he can throw up and take a chance on.
And you know, he does have has that senior quarterback, but everybody that's running the routes for him too is seniors as well, and they've all made big plays. So you have to like any decision you make right here.
Absolutely. Already got Gavin Young, who's the long snapper, down here warming up on the sideline, anticipating the possibility of having to kick a field goal. So let's see what the Panthers can do here. 3rd down, 4 yards to go from the Bardstown 40-yard line with 1:13 going. E-Town has 1 timeout left. So if they... All right, Gaines takes a snap. Shotgun rolls to his right. passes to Williams, and it's complete for a first down. Great play, good pass,
Great
good catch. And there's a big time sense of urgency in the E-Town offense right now. Minute 6 and counting. Games runs back to the huddle with the play. Panthers need to hurry up and get some plays off here, at least get us into field goal range. I feel comfortable with Parsons, 20-yard line and in. He has an opportunity to make it. Games takes the snap out of the shotgun, rolls to his left, looking downfield, makes a safe quick pass, hits Cam Sherrard. He's going to the right side of the field. It's a race for the pylon. Touchdown, E-Town! No flags on the field. That was just an athletic play by Cam Sherrard. So with 35 seconds left in the game, the Panthers go up 34, looking to make it 35-28 on the Parsons extra point. Big play from the Clay Games, not trying to press it. He had a receiver downfield that wasn't open, hit the short route. Sherrard was able to take it, cut back across the field, and in the race for the pylon, he won. So here's Parsons for the extra point.
Carlson, you might want to call the police department.
And the kick is up and good. So with 35 seconds left in the game, a tremendous fourth quarter by the Elizabethtown Panthers puts them up 35-28. And as we thought before the game started, it's going down to the wire. And I'm not counting Bardstown out by any means. You know, you've heard me talk all game about the big arm of Brady Clark. You're getting ready to see it.
And we haven't. And that's one thing that we haven't seen. We haven't seen those long passes. And, you know, this is an important kickoff right here. See what kind of field position Bardstown's going to have to work with. But they only have 35 seconds left.
They still got 2 timeouts, though. And what happens here on this kickoff is going to be paramount. So E-Town needs to make sure that they cover well on this kickoff. They've got
a lot of experience.
Back in. They got that first group they started with, a lot of defensive starters in on the kickoff now. So they mean business, and they're going down to tackle. So let's hope that they can keep them down if they don't want Bardstown to have good field position. So Parsons set to kick, and the kick's away, and it's another squib kick to the left side, bobbled by the first Bardstown player, and they pick it up, and they're going to bring it. They're going to bring it up the right sideline. Ryder Gregory on the tackle at about the 31-yard line. So Bardstown's got 30 seconds, Jay Gregory, to go almost 70 yards, 69 yards for a touchdown.
Well, I think we could see possibly anything right here.
So if you're Coach Quentin Brown right now calling that Elizabethtown defense, what are you doing?
Well, what I'm doing is making sure everybody stays where they need to stay, because you can expect a reverse, you can expect a counter, you can expect a throwback. So staying in your right position right here is very important, and it's also important to get pressure on those big guys in the middle, because if Ryan Piles or one of the other D tackles can get pressure to make the quarterback move a little bit, it becomes harder to run those plays. So there's the pressure.
Pause. Now they hit a pass to Greenwell on the left sideline, and he gets out of bounds with 22 seconds left. Good for about 12 yards, it looks like. Had good pursuit there from Ryan Powles. Trey Prather coming from the other side. Clark's going to be in the gun for the rest of the way. He's got that one gun back with him. Sometimes he's in the pistol. And Bardstown's going to spread it out again. They got trips to our side. And Clark's in the shotgun. And the snap. He drops back. He's looking downfield. He's getting some pressure.
There's Ryan Piles. There's Ryan Piles. That's going to be a timeout by Bardstown.
Tough break for Bardstown. He just didn't have anything downfield, and Ryan Piles makes yet another play. And I tell you what, Jay, as strong as this Panther offense and defense is, And all the names that you hear called all the time, whether it be Clay Gaines or the Sherrard twins or Cam McNeil, I have to wonder if Ryan Powell isn't the most valuable player on that Panther team a lot of the times because he controls both sides of the line of scrimmage. I don't know where they'd be without him.
You know, from his freshman year all the way up to his senior year, Ryan's been an important part to this team, and he's been an important part of the line. And, you know, the line are people who don't always get the most praise in the paper, but they're some of the most important people, and it shows right there.
So we're looking at 2nd and 20 with 15 seconds left. Bardstown has the ball on their own 32-yard line. They have one timeout left. E-Town's dropped back in a straight nickel or dime package, prevent defense. And right now we have a timeout. And we're going to wait and see what kind of formation Bardstown comes out in. You're listening to Jeff Gregory with Jay Gregory on HCEC-TV. And what a game we've watched. Clark in the gun, takes the snap and he drops straight back, getting some pursuit, throws the ball, throws it high. He's going to miss his receiver over on the left sideline. He was looking for Rayleigh on that one. Overthrew him. He's getting a ton of rush though from E-Town. They blitzed linebackers on that play and everything. So we're at 3rd and 20 from Bardstown's 32-yard line with 11 seconds to go. Clark takes the snap. He's getting rushed from up the middle, looking to the outside. Hits a receiver who gets tackled. Cam Williams and Ryder Gregory on the big tackle on the outside. And we got a flag on the play.
You know, if they're
2 seconds left in the game.
They call here, but if that's
we got an injured Bardstown player, number 17, Will Koger.
You know, if that's an unsportsmanlike penalty, I just think that's a flag you don't call right there. I don't
know what happened.
I think the referees are putting a lot of pressure on their game.
I hope that was a penalty on them and not E-Town, because that would have been really stupid. Yep, that's a 15-yard penalty on E-Town. Lots of jawing going on between these two teams. I don't know what was said. But what that does with 2 seconds left is it gives the big arm of Clark the opportunity to throw that thing to the end zone, where before he wouldn't have been able to get it there. So with 2 seconds left, Bardstown is going to get the ball on the 50-yard line, and they'll have a chance to heave one the distance. And I'm telling you, the big arm of Brady Clark can throw it that far.
And this will most likely be the last play of the game.
So Clark needs good protection from his offensive line to give his receivers time to get down there, and E-Town needs to have a lot of pressure on that quarterback where he doesn't have time to wait for his receivers to get downfield. Will Koger is the injured player for Bardstown. It looks like he's cramped again. He's walking off the field.
Bardstown's final timeout.
Bardstown takes the timeout.
They have already taken it.
What's that?
They already taken it.
So what a game we're watching here. It's been a great one to call. Two tremendous teams, both highly rated in Class 3A in Commonwealth of Kentucky football, and it's down to this last play. Bardstown's out of timeouts. They have nothing they can do but other than try to hit something across the middle and do a hook and ladder, or even maybe go ahead and air it out and try to hit something in the end zone.
No, and I've seen crazier things happen. I mean, we've both seen plays like this happen with little time left on the clock, a desperation toss and a touchdown, so.
Pressure's important here for
Absolutely.
Elizabethtown, and it's important for Bardstown's offensive line to negate that pressure with some good pass blocking, because he's got to give his receivers time to get down there to throw it up.
You send any linebackers if you're a defensive coach?
I think you do.
They're lined up
Because they're not,
over there.
I don't expect them to throw anything underneath, but they may try hook and ladder.
Well, Looks like they're in quads over there.
Looks like we're going to get a rush from the linebacker, Ryder Gregory, on the low side here. And they're pointing him out. And the snap to Clark, and here comes Gregory. He's chasing him. He's got him running. And Gregory sacks him for the end of the game and the fumble. Ball game.
That was a sack by number 6
Panthers
right
pulled it out.
in the game.
Outstanding game by both teams. It's a rough deal to see either team not take the W out of this game. Very good teams. And if we're being honest, Bardstown won those first 3 quarters handily. They came out and they punched Elizabethtown in the mouth, and for 3 quarters absolutely deserved that win. But as we talked about during the game, that's 16 seniors of Elizabethtown, and the leadership and the poise that they showed made all the difference, Jay.
No, absolutely, and all you have to say is hats off to Bardstown. The coaching, players, they executed exactly what they wanted to, and just in the game, it just didn't roll out exactly how they wanted. But once again, absolutely hats off to the Bardstown Tigers. They played outstanding here tonight.
So they're doing the trophy presentation now. They just awarded Bardstown. They just announced they're not doing trophy presentations because of COVID-19. So Bardstown will be the district runner-up. Elizabethtown will have captured the district crown and will move on next week. This has been a heck of a ball game. We've enjoyed calling it. It's been an HCEC-TV student production, a division of the Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Waddell's Auto and Scrap Metal Recycling, Blue Ribbon Renovations, a Mark Harris Company, West Point Bank, and E-Town Exterminating. Tune in weekly for all the local HCEC-TV programs aired on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable's Channel 2 and Spectrum Channel 184. All HCEC-TV programs on the HCEC-TV YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel today to get your local community sports and events. Special thanks to Gina Ryan and HCEC-TV crew. We would also like to thank NFHS, the National Federation of High School Sports, and its support in providing live streaming service. Contact NFHS.com to subscribe today. And with that, we'll call it a wrap from Elizabethtown High School. Jeff Gregory with Jay Gregory. Everyone have a great week, and we'll see you next week. A wrap from Elizabethtown High School. Jeff Gregory with Jay Gregory. Everyone have a great week, and we'll see you next week. A wrap from Elizabethtown High School. Jeff Gregory with Jay Gregory. Everyone have a great week, and we'll see you next week. A wrap from Elizabethtown High School. Jeff Gregory with Jay Gregory. Everyone have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
This has been a Hardin County Educational Community Television production. Live local sports are on Brandenburg Channel 1, and all rebroadcasts are on Brandenburg and Comcast Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184, and on our YouTube site. Also check out our live sporting events on nfhs.com or visit us at hardin.k12.ky.us. Hardin County Educational Community Television, located in Hardin County, Kentucky, a division of Hardin County Schools, airing on Brandenburg, Comcast, Spectrum, and also airing online.
Providing live coverage of local high school sports.
Covering community and school events, while teaching students along the way.
HCEC-TV, the area's leading educational and government access channel, training the next generation of media arts students.
Control your home even when you're not there with Brandenburg Telecom's home automation service. Turn lights on and off, lock and unlock doors, and change settings on your thermostat using your smartphone or tablet. Stop worrying whether or not you remembered to close the garage door, and save money by programming your thermostat to reduce energy used when you're not home. Call Brandenburg Telecom for a free quote and enjoy the convenience of having home automation, phone, TV, and internet service, all from one local company.
All right, son, you ready to open your first savings account?
Yes, I am.
West Point Bank has been growing with our customers for over 30 years. We know what it takes to support them in every stage of their life. You need a bank that you know and trust to help you reach your goals and make your dreams come true. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple.
Waddell's Auto and Scrap Metal helps keep America clean.
Got a car that needs to be scrapped? Old refrigerator not working? We pay top dollar. Call Waddell's Auto and Scrap Metal Recycling today. Family owned and operated for over 40 years.
Premier Metal Recycling Company, we even handled the unloading. Waddell's Auto and Scrap, now with 2 locations.
Do your part. Keep America clean.
At Physical Therapy Associates, our approach to care is patient first. We know how important it is for our patients to return to work or play or just day-to-day life, which is why our highly trained and experienced staff treats everyone that walks through our doors as a friend. With 6 locations across Hardin, LaRue, Nelson, and Meade counties, we're committed to being there for you when you need us. Give us a call at 270-234-1569 or visit us at physicaltherapyky.com. Physical Therapy Associates, friends helping friends.
000 Blue Ribbon Renovations is a new locally owned Mark Harris company offering 0 interest and no payments for 12 months on windows, doors, fences, roofs, decks, siding, and much, much more. To explore your options or schedule your appointment, please call Michelle at 270-763-3186.
E-Town Exterminating, a locally owned, family-run pest control company, has been serving Hardin County and the surrounding area since 1976. E-Town Exterminating provides pest control for residential and commercial properties. E-Town Exterminating on Ring Road in Elizabethtown. Phone 737-6900.
E-Town Exterminating, what the buzz is all about.
For additional information on HCEC-TV programming, call 270-769-8855 or email Gina Ryan at hardin.kyschools.us. On behalf of HCEC-TV, we would like to thank all of our live coverage sponsors.